Okay, here we are again. For more side... Well, actually, not more. We're starting the side quest today. But probably take us a couple streams to get through all of them, as we'll see in a little bit. But we'll do what we usually do. We'll let the intro play out. I'll wait a minute, and then we'll get going. Hey, Lifeblood, how's it going? Welcome. Welcome back. We'll watch through the intro, and then we'll be getting going in just a couple of minutes here. Typing mistakes get worse and worse with each stream. Well, don't worry about it, because sometimes I can't even English Lifeblood, and it's my native language, so the typing mistakes, don't worry about them. We're all in that boat together, so. Okay, so, we'll wait like another minute and then we'll get going. Let me open my Ye Old Strategy Guide to... I don't know what page I should open to today, because we're not doing any of the usual stuff today that we do normally. I guess I could open to this one, because Ye Old Strategy Guide does in fact have a whole section, as a matter of fact it's most of the book, on this game's battle mode, and we will actually be doing some stuff in the battle mode today, so that'll be fun. Kind of weird that the title screen is just some ruins when there are 0 ruins in the game. Yeah, I guess it's a little strange. I always just took it as like some random place in the desert, to be honest, but you'd think it would maybe give you like a landmark or something so you could orient yourself when you're on the title screen, but apparently not. Oh well. Okay, I took my drink. Let's get going. So, I'm starting to have second thoughts about not committing to using Croconaw and Feraligatr in this one, because, well, this game's entire battle system revolves around double battles, and if there is any singular game in the series that I do not want to make my water type weak to Earthquake, it's this one. So, we may be switching Quillfish out for Feraligatr in the post-game. I'll stick with it for the rest of the main story, but in the post-game, when Earthquake spam starts to become a lot more common, I might have to get rid of that poison type. We'll see. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Pokémon Colosseum, the Stream Edition. Excuse me, couldn't hold that one in. Last time, we finished up the Shadow Pokemon Lab, and I took a calculated risk by going to the Realgam Tower, the final dungeon of the game, and taking on all of the admins so we could get the keys to get inside. But before we get inside, well, we had some shadow Pokemon to purify, and in addition to that, we also have a whole lot of training to do before we're ready for the final boss gauntlet, which is coming up almost 20 or 25 minutes, I think, after we get inside the tower. So there's like a couple of trainers in there, and then that's it. And then we'll be in the final boss gauntlet. So I says, you know what? The final boss is going to have some level 60 Pokemon. We're lucky if we're in the high 40s at this point. Let's fix that, shall we? But first, let's also fix the shadow Pokemon that I just fixed over the course of the time between streams here, so that we can continue on our path to having full purification. Hey, Conker, it's going good. How's it going for you there? Yeah, glad you're able to make it to another stream. It's okay. I mean, I know how it is. You know, you get busy in real life with stuff. No big deal. You come and go as you please. I'm glad to see you're here. Yeah, just like a Gen 1 fighting type weakness. Yep. Yeah, basically. You don't want to have... if you have a Gen 1 fighting type weakness, well... Yeah, it doesn't really... Well, even further than that, in Gen 2, when fighting becomes even more commonplace because they give them a couple of better moves than just, like, submission and stuff. So, yeah. So we don't want to have a ground-type weakness in a double battle environment like this. So, not a good idea, but we don't have a ground-type weak... Well, we have one, but then we have 3 resistances with these 4. Not that that will help us any, because only one of them is actually going to gain any experience here, but you know how that goes. But let's purify them all anyway. So there goes Delibird. Gets Blizzard, which has even less accuracy because of Hustle, and also doesn't benefit from the boost that Hustle gives, because I'm pretty sure Hustle only affects physical moves. Goddamn Delibird, how are you just... How did you get worse from Gen 2 to Gen 3? Like, what the Jesus Christ. Just never use it. Just don't use it ever unless you're trying to, like, be a masochist. Unless you're trying to turn this into, like, some sort of crazy challenge. Just don't do it. It's not worth the stress and frustration. We also purified Sunflora and it got Sunny Day back. I mean, with Sunny Day and Chlorophyll, it's probably okay. It has abysmal speed normally, but it's probably somewhat passable when it's under Sunny Day. So if you're using Sunny Day for your team pretty often, I guess that could be a thought for you. I don't use it though, so it's probably not really all that worth it. Delibird, I just told you, don't use it ever. And now for Raikou. Pretty solid electric type. I mean, it's a legendary beast, so of course it would be. But yeah, it's pretty solid. It gets Rain Dance and Thunder as part of its Shadow moveset. I think it gets Spark pretty quickly as well after you purify it. I think it gets it like next level or something, right? Let's see. What does the guide say? Yeah, level 41 it gets Spark, so if you don't want to rely on Rain Dance and Thunder, you could just get it Spark, and there you go. Also, I should show the natures that everybody had. So Delibird had a serious nature and Sunflora had a docile nature. Both are neutral to walking around, so I just walked around with them till they were done. Raikou ended up with a lonely nature, which is, I guess... I mean, its attack is pretty high, all things considered, but I was surprised. It must have like a lower-ish special attack and speed IV, because those stats don't look right for a legendary. Because that's like Plusle's stats, except higher attack and defense at that level, or whatever. But Heracross ended up with a really good nature. It ended up with an Impish nature, which is probably one of the best natures it could have. It also has a really high special defense and speed IV, and, I mean, Impish doesn't mess with any of the stats I care about. It only lowers its special attack, which I'll never use anyway. So that's a really good nature for it, and I will definitely take that after what we've had before this. So... been busy with other stuff, so I haven't been able to join any of the streams lately. That's okay, Conker. Not a big deal. It's more important you get that real-life stuff done than it is fiddling around over here with me, but it's good to see you all the same. We got Reversal back for getting Heracross all the way up, and there's the EXP. Again, I just battled the people in Duelist Square, Dueling Square, whatever it is, for a little bit. I think I battled them each like twice, with maybe battling one of them 3 times, and got 2 levels out of it, so that's pretty good. All things considered. Who actually got the idea to shadowify a Delibird? Like, no, yeah, I don't know, but evidently the Cypher Peon that had this thing was not liked by the company very much. They must have messed up bad somewhere to have gotten a Shadow Delibird out of the whole deal. Like, holy cow. Okay, well, we purified all of the Shadow Pokemon we got last time. Not a whole lot there, but then again, we're practically 75% of the way done with all the Shadow Pokemon in the game. There's only 48, all things told. So, we're in pretty good shape. We've got almost, we got 35 done, so we're almost, like I said, at 75% done. So let's put away the ones that we don't need. I probably could just flat out deposit them, but that's okay. Oh yeah, I gave Heracross the Macho Brace for the first battle that we're going to be fighting before we go to Pokémon Colosseum today, so just in case anyone was wondering what the hell it was doing with that, that's what it's doing with that, so. Alright, let's take our party members out. We'll stick you right there for now. Let's grab Flygon, grab Plusle and Quillfish, and then we'll go from there. Although I think for this first section, I'm probably going to want Flygon and Heracross out. Because, as a part of Heracross's training last time, I also did a little bit of training for the rest of my team, and I got everybody else up to, you know, level 47, level 48, somewhere in there. Again, ideally, you don't want any of your team members to, if you're going to do the training that I'm going to do, you don't want any of your team members to end up higher than level 50. So if you get them there, try to use other team members until you get everybody up to level 50, and then you can go from there. Also, just because I feel bad for Plusle, I'm going to give him a held item. Let's give him that Leppa Berry, because I'm sure that could come in handy for us somewhere. So, yeah, we'll do that. But I'm going to go fight a trainer in Pyrite Town that we did not do a rematch of on screen just yet. And after we fight him and get Heracross a bunch of attack EVs, with the Macho Brace, we will move along. Oh, actually, let me fix Heracross's moveset while I think about it. We'll move along to Pyrite Colosseum after that, so. But yeah, it gets Brick Break with really high attack. It's got Endure Reversal, which means it can tank out hits and use Reversal to smack things back. It's got really good speed, too, so all things considered. I mean, it could be a little higher, but it doesn't really need it to be a little higher, you know. So we'll go from there. Stupid question. Should you be afraid of a Shadow Tyranitar? Yes. Yes, you should. It has an abysmal catch rate, and it is on a team with a bunch of other Pokemon that can definitely mess you up in this game, but we'll get to that in a couple of episodes, I think. Yeah, the last couple of Shadow Pokemon in the main story are pretty nasty customers, but we'll figure out how we're going to fix their wagons in a little while. One of them should be a fairly bit of a freebie, though, because, well, last time before we finished up, we got the Master Ball from Egan. So we have a one-time get-out-of-jail-free card when it comes to catching a Shadow Pokemon. I also bought a whole bunch of supplies in between episodes. I only have 3 Net Balls left, because I shouldn't need any more than that for the rest of the game. I bought a few more Ultra Balls. I stocked up on a few other supplies. I've got the experience share just in case we start running to the point where a bunch of our Pokemon are level 50 and only 1 or 2 are left at 49. I can give them that and let them take the brunt of the experience. Bought a few full restores because that way I've got them. And I think I still have a little bit of chump change, I should say, left over, right? Yeah, about 7,000. Probably from here on, mostly what I'm going to want to buy is full restores, so. Hey Kale, I challenged you before I challenged the Colosseum before. Let's do it again. Wait, that actually exists? Holy shit, yeah, there's a Shadow Tyranitar. And it is a mean customer. But yeah, most of the Johto Pokemon got the Shadow treatment in this game. There's a few that did not, that I'm a little disappointed in. Specifically, Steelix and Scizor did not get Shadow treatment, and I'm a little disappointed in that. Because Steelix and Scizor are some pretty good Pokemon, all things considered. I like them quite a bit. So, alright, let's see here. So we have a Kirlia, and we have a Gramble. Can I crunch the Kirlia to death? Let's see. Probably can't Brick Break the Gramble to death because I just got intimidated, but I might be able to crunch the Kirlia to death. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just like the looming fangs and then the little ding happens right before it smashes down on him like that. It's just, like I was saying before, sometimes less is more with these animations. It's pretty good. Oh, actually, another thing that I should mention is that now that we have Heracross in our team, we have another ground resistance, so that's pretty good. Means I can spam Earthquake when it's out on the field with a little bit less impunity. So, That's good. Critical hit from Granbull is bad, but hey, you know, what can you do, right? Let's see. So I want to get rid of the Granbull. So I guess just Dragon Breath it, and then if we Brick Break the Nuzleaf. Heracross, I don't think Nuzleaf is faster than a Heracross. Nuzleaf is quick, but not that quick. So, especially when I have a bit of a level advantage, and a good speed IV, so. Blech. Again, this is your PSA if you're looking for a good normal type in this game. Use Granbull. It's really good. So. Okay, well it is a little faster. So that's unfortunate, but... Nah. What do I care? It just used growth. And then I punched it. And now it's gone. Blech. Let's see, Machoke. How about I Dragon Breath you, although that might not be a good idea because of Guts. Oh, you know what I could do, actually, is I could do this. Hold on. Let's switch Flygon out, actually, for Espeon. So I can hit it with Psychic in a minute. And I'll use Endure on Heracross, so that if I get smacked up with a really high power attack, I'll just live on one, and Espeon can KO it next turn. I love Endure reversal strats, especially in double battles where you can practically proc it yourself by just smacking them with a multi-target move like Earthquake. It's really good. The only thing missing in this particular game is like a Salac Berry to increase my speed or a Lychee Berry to increase my attack, but unfortunately those are pretty much exclusive to Pokemon XD. You can get them in other games, but they're really tough to get in any game other than XD, so... Mega Steelix casually has a base defense of 230, so that's a funny number when you have an abysmal special defense and bad HP. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Although I think Mega Steelix is... I mean, its HP isn't great, if I remember right, but it's... I think its special defense is like base 100 or something, so that's not bad. Pretty tanky. So, hell, I'd use it. Hell, I probably will use it at some point when I'm playing one of the other Pokemon games. I was thinking about it in between streams, and I was like, you know, thinking about it, I don't think, because I says, okay, so let's say I wanted to go do Or Colosseum, just the first round of Or Colosseum in Pokemon XD. What would I have to do to get that? And I looked under, you know, I have these boxes under my bed where all of our old games are and everything. And I says, oh, look, our old Pokemon Emerald cartridge. I wonder if it still works. Still works. Okay, that's good. I got a working Game Boy SP. I got a working GameCube to Game Boy cable. Might be able to work with this and train up a Gen 3 competitive team for a total of 4 battles. I don't know if that sounds like a waste of time or not. Like, the more I think about it, the more it sounds like a waste of time, but I think it'd be kind of cool. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, Heracross got 12 attack EVs from that one battle, so that's pretty nice. So now we can give him the black belt, or her the black belt, excuse me. Gonna misgender my own Heracross here. I blame the Staghorn. Anyway. Yeah, give her the black belt back. We'll put the Macho Brace away because I probably won't ever need it again. Now that I've got all 6 of my Pokemon, that's not item storage. And then we'll keep the experience share just in case we need it. But I won't need this, so... Although I think I said that before about the Macho Brace. It says, yeah, we'll never need this again, and then casually just pull it out again, so... But we got 2 Time Flutes to work with, so we'll work with that in a bit. And now it's time to let the battles begin, because, well, we were doing battles and stuff before this, but we have all of Pyrite Colosseum to beat, all 4 rounds, to get all the TMs for it. And then, in addition to that, we're going to be doing Mount Battle stuff. So, I hope you're ready, because the rest of the 2 hours and 10-15 minutes worth of this stream is just going to be fighting. So that'll be fun. But anyway, I'll try to make it as interesting as I can. Even though it's just going to be battles over and over and over again, but... Hell, we won't even get done with all the stuff at Mount Battle today, because I want to do, like, the first 8 zones, I think. I think that gets us up to about level 50-something with the trainers that are there, so... If we can beat them and they're in, like, the low to mid-50s, then we should be able to go and beat the final boss with some effort. So, Heracross is the only female Pokemon on the team there, Lifeblood. Everybody else is a male Pokemon, so... We finally got some female energy, thankfully, in the team. It just took a little while, that's all. Okay, some normal types that I can very easily handle with this and this, so that's what we'll go do. Heracross, you're going to take a little bit of a hit, but that's okay. Man, that's a tanky Teddy Ursa. This won't even kill the Linoon. As usual, by the way, you don't want to try to, if you can, not use any items in these rounds here, because you'll get fully healed after each battle in the Colosseums. It's actually the same in Mount Battle, so if you can avoid using any healing items in Mount Battle, that would probably be for the best. It'll be less money in the long run. Here, you get a little bit of money back, but in other areas, you don't get the money back, so... Well, that's a little unfortunate. I'm going to send Quillfish out just to get a little bit of extra experience. Plusle's got the advantage because it has the extra experience it gets from being a traded Pokemon, but... But Heracross will get up to 50, so I'm not really worried about it if it faints. No big deal. The most masculine Pokemon on the team is a female. I quote from Palpatine, ironic. Yeah, something like that. Heracross definitely has the biggest muscles, that's for sure. Because even Flygon doesn't have the biggest muscles, because 3/4 of Flygon's attacks are going to be special attacks. Meanwhile, Heracross is going to be all physical. Basically, what I want to do before we start challenging the final boss gauntlet, I'd like to get everybody to level 53, if I can. Specifically because that's the level that Heracross learns Mega Horn, which is a really strong Bug-type move, and that'll fill out its coverage a little bit. But again, we don't want to go above level 50 to start here until I... basically, once we get everybody to level 50 and I save, I need to go register my team over in battle mode to make sure that they can do something that I'm going to do to make grinding for TMs a little easier. So we'll go do that in a bit. But for right now, let's just worry about what's in front of us. Let's EQ and probably watch Heracross die again. At least Jigglypuff fainted this time. She really is a bodybuilder. Tanking hits all day and just smacking the shit out of people with physical attacks. It's great. Faster than a Delcatty. Very nice. Delcatty I used in Pokemon Versus would be disappointed in that Delcatty, but what do I know? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It's the strongest Bug-type move in this game as well. Like, even Fury Cutter I don't think can get up to as high of a base power as Mega Horn if for some godforsaken reason you manage to actually hit enough Fury Cutters to keep increasing its power. I think it caps out at a certain point, but I don't think it's 120. Or if it is 120, then that is the cap. I don't know exactly how much Fury Cutter can go up to, but... Well, it takes several turns to get there, whereas Mega Horn is 120 base power every time you use it with just a slight accuracy problem. So... And probably, I said we would mostly be spending our money after this on full restores, but I think after this, I'm also going to invest in a few X accuracies for Heracross, because, well, I don't feel like missing, and I can't use the call function to increase accuracy in this game, unfortunately, so I think I'll invest in those, just to give myself a bit of an advantage. I mean, I still have to spend a turn to use them, I guess, but, you know, we'll be alright. You know, thinking about it, causing a tremor above an old mine shaft is probably not a good idea. I could cause like an imminent collapse or something. This whole town could end up underground. On top of the under, if I keep causing a tremor in this in this stadium. Oh, that would suck. Fury Cutter caps at like 80 or even 60, so yeah, bullshit move. As expected of a Gen 1 Bug-type move. Yeah, it doesn't really get all that powerful. I mean, if it's all you've got, like, in Gen 2, when we play Crystal, I'm probably going to use... Oh my god, it has Overheat. I'm probably going to use a Scizor in Gen 2 when we play it in Crystal. And the best bug move that it will be able to get feasibly in that one is, in fact, Fury Cutter. So I don't really think that's going to be anything that I'm going to want to... Like, it's going to be the best I've got, basically, so... Yeah. I'll do whatever I can, but... If it's all you got, then it's all you got. Alright, so Doduo will probably be hitting Heracross because it has a 4 times super effective attack, while 6 times counting stab. And then... Oh, Flygon got to 49, nice. That will work. Flygon stats are pretty solid, too. Everything is pretty well... Oh, Steel Wing, okay, that's fine. But yeah, everything is pretty well even, you know, so... how about a Dragon Breath? And let's see if we can get a reversal off. I'm probably slower than a Doduo that's 4 levels ahead of me, but I'll do the best I can. Unless that happens. Then we're faster. Eat this! There you go. Now that's a powerful move, though. That reversal probably would have KO'd Doduo about 4 times over. It's... At 1 HP, it's like base 200 power boosted by a black belt and stab. That's atrocious. Oh yeah, hidden power bug. You know, I always forget about hidden power because, yeah, you could get that at base 70 power, and then there you go. That's your strongest bug move. So, I'd have to grind to try to get hidden power bug, though, knowing Mylock and Crystal. So, I'd probably just stick with Fury Cutter anyway. There are very few situations where I'd actually even want to use Fury Cutter. So, I don't know. Doduo used Steel Wing with what wings? Yeah, I guess it's got some feathers, so I guess it could use those. Very sharp feathers, apparently. That's a level 55 Combuskin. Damn. But, yeah, they also can fly. Doduo and Dodrio have a flying animation, and it's pretty hilarious to watch. I'm not sure if we'll see it anytime soon, but it's pretty hilarious to watch, so... That's a HAL Laboratory joke, basically, is they made them, like, flailing in the air with their feet to try to stay airborne. It's pretty great. I think if you keep questioning their lifeblood, I mean, the deeper you go with that line of questioning, the more questions you're going to have, I think. I don't think you're going to find a solid answer, unfortunately. So... Excuse me, my oven is going off upstairs. I'll be right there. Okay, there we go. The food is not burnt, I think. As far as I'm aware. So, a Swellow, I'm not afraid of no Swellow. Let's get Flygon out of here, though. He's getting pretty close to 50, so... yeah, let's bring Espeon out. And Coughing... I don't know. What do I use against Coughing? I mean, I'm probably going to die to Swellow, so... I guess I'll just break it. Whatever. What do I care? Well, Espeon will get the 49 out of this. Ignore after the question mark. I mean, wings are needed for Steel Wing, but I guess you could use feathers instead. So. Seems like it'd be a finite resource then, which I suppose makes sense considering Steel Wing has power points, but, you know. What did Swellow do? Did it say it was... I think it said it was glowing. I think it's using Sky Attack. I'm going to Endure. Because I know who that's going to hit, so... Second evolution of the Slacking family is weird. We go from lazy to hyperactive and then to super lazy. Yeah, it's... it's definitely an evolutionary line, that's for sure. They've got a unique combination of Pokemon in there. Okay, and Heracross is 48. Perfect. Got extra 4 attack. That was from the Kale fight there. We got those extra a little bit. See? Sky Attack. I thought I saw that it was going. And we'll endure the hit because, yeah. Even if it is a crit, so... then we can finish this right up. I'm not even going to bother with reversal because I know I'm not going to go before Espeon goes and knocks this thing out. Again, if I had a Salac Berry, I'd go really fast, so, but I did not. And Espeon is now level 49, so that will work pretty good for us. 4 speed is not bad. Yeah, and it was a crit, but we still endured the hit, so. I'm glad that isn't a mechanic, honestly, where, like, if it's a crit, it can break through endure or something. Like, I feel like that would be a really bad mechanic. It would add even more RNG to a game that already has a decent amount of RNG in some battles, so. Okay, well, we'll get a cash prize, and we also get TM1, Focus Punch. Probably not going to use it in this one. I don't think anything can learn Substitute, and that's usually the only time I feel safe using Focus Punch, so. Yeah, probably won't be using it in this one. Might use it in XD, though, if we do competitive stuff or Colosseum, so. This next one. I think I want to use a combination of Espeon, Umbreon, and Heracross. Actually, I'm going to start with Umbreon. And I'll just swap to Espeon as needed, so that way Umbreon can get a little experience, too. The third round, I know I want to use Plusle and Quillfish, because they have a good advantage against a good chunk of Pokemon in there, but... And I might even use them in the fourth round, because they're going to be a little behind everybody else by the time we're done, so... I don't even know why I just, used the healing machine. We get healed after each battle. Yeah, they definitely wanted Heracross dead. Talk about overkill, yeah. Would be a really interesting mechanic, yeah. Would be really interesting. I mean, I would never use Endure because it's like, okay, well, if I get critted, I guess I just lose then. Okay, fine, fair enough, game. Just flip the table and leave. Alright, round 2. So, 4 total rounds where you'll get a TM. You can keep doing these fights and it'll cycle back to the first round. So if you do like 5 of these, so like if you get through these 4 rounds and you get all the TMs and you fight a battle here again, it'll just cycle back to the first round, but you won't get a TM again. So you'll just get cash. You'll just get money as a prize, basically. So it's a good way to get some money because it's 4 battles and you end up getting like $6,000 or $7,000 most of the time, so it's pretty good. But I'm not going to bother. Personally. Alright, so if I had Mega Horn, this would be very, very quick, but I did not, so... how about we Secret Power and we Brick Break. And the combination of the two should take out these 2 Pokemon. Even though Brick Break is not very effective on Oddish, it'll probably still deal decent damage. But once we get Umbreon to 49, I'll feel a little safer about swapping around a little more with Espeon and even Flygon, I guess, if we come into a situation where Flygon will want to be working on it. That Oddish knows Frustration. And apparently it's very frustrated because it had 4 of those little animation things, so that's cool, I guess. Whatever. Kind of sad, though, because I'm pretty sure Brick Break did more there than Counter would have if I had used, or even the exact same that Counter would have if I had used Counter on it. So. I could try to make a Spike stacking team in Crystal. That would be interesting, yeah. I could give that a shot. I was thinking about maybe using Spikes in XD, maybe, if I did any of the Colosseum stuff, because that's it's a decent entry hazard, and it was fairly competitive at the time, so. Hey, Dak and Zeke, hello, welcome. It's going pretty good. How's it going for you there? Yeah, this game's great. I like it, too. I prefer XD over Colosseum, personally, but I do enjoy this game quite a bit, too, and I want to play this one before XD because the stories are obviously related, so. Yeah. So we'll play through this one. And then we'll play XD in the near-ish future. I'm going to be playing some other stuff in between Colosseum and the next GameCube RPG I choose to play. And in addition to that, there will be a 2-week break from the streams that I'll be taking at the end of October because I finally have my wisdom teeth removal scheduled at, I think it's October 25th. I'd have to look at my schedule again, but I think it's October 25th is when I get them taken out. So I will be pretty well out of commission from talking at all for about probably a week, but I'm going to give myself 2 weeks just to make sure I'm back at 100%, you know. So yeah, but we'll take care of that. This would be a good time to bring Espeon in, I think. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, Lileep, I keep trying to say Laleep, it's probably Lileep, is weak to fighting, so. Again, it just has weird weaknesses that I don't understand off the top of my head. It's always confounded me, even as a kid. So this one and Anorith and Armaldo they've both confounded me. Basically, it's like, okay, is it a Lileep? It's weak to fighting. Is it a Anorith? It's weak to water. So there you go. Those are my go-tos usually when I'm fighting them. Ow. That wasn't very nice. But I should be able to take these guys. Actually, Spinda... No, I think Spinda's going to be slower than Heracross. It's not that fast, so I think we'll be okay. Going pretty good. That's good, Dakinsey. Glad to hear it. We are training right now in Pyrite Colosseum. Although we're just doing the rounds that'll get us TMs right now. And then after we're done with that, we will be going to Mount Battle. Because I want to do a whole bunch of Mount Battle before we go to the final battle. Because we're practically on the doorstep of the final battle at this point, so. Yeah, I like XD quite a bit. It's probably tied with Black and White 2 as my favorite Pokemon game of all time, so. Honest question, how are these Pokemon not evolved? I don't know, these guys must like their pre-evolutions, like, aesthetically, more than the evolutionary forms? I don't know. It'd be nice if they were evolved, though, because they'd get me a lot more experience, but maybe that's why, because they were like, well, how much experience would it give them if they were evolved? Oh, that's like 2,000 experience at level 40. Okay, maybe we should not evolve them. Yeah, everybody's holding on to Everstones, apparently. You just raging a little bit on the Ghosts and Goblins resurrection? See, I didn't even know there was one of those, a resurrection of that. I don't know if I've ever played those. I'd have to try them one of these days, maybe. Just to see what they're all about. Can I one-hit KO a Cacnea with Brick Break? At 5 levels lower? I mean, I got a lot of attack. Yeah, I can. Okay, good. I was gonna say, this thing isn't that tanky, is it? Like that Apollo from Gen 4. Maybe, is that one of the... ooh, nice crit. Is that one of the Team Galactic admins? I forget. It's been a while since I've played enough Gen 4 to remember that. These guys have a lot of Sludge Bomb. It'd be nice if they gave me the TM for it, but no! Oh well. Yeah, I'll Secret Power. I might get whatever you get in this arena out of it, so... Oh, Alpalo is the German name for Haunter. Okay, gotcha. See, I didn't know that. My world has expanded. My horizons have broadened. This Gloom is very upset at being hit by Secret Power. You could see it in its eyes! But not upset enough to whiff its Sludge Bomb, so that's fine. Let's see. So, Espeon, let's bring you back out. And then let's endure with Heracross so that I can live on one. Living dangerously and promptly get poisoned and then die anyway. Found out something that I found interesting and kind of confounding in between streams. I was looking up some stuff that I would maybe want to do in between episodes for like some of the later Colosseums that we'll be going to in this game. And as it turns out, Espeon is a fantastic screener, so it can learn Reflect and Light Screen, and that's what I've been using it for. It can't learn Safeguard, though. And I'm pretty sure it can't learn Safeguard ever, for some reason. So that should make exactly one battle later in the game a lot harder than it has to be, because I won't have a Safeguarder, but, well, whatever. Maybe 2 battles, but... oh well. We'll handle it anyway, it's fine. Gloom is flexing with style. Definitely, with all those spins it was doing there, that was like a 1080. Thing is flying through the air, that's for sure. Well, unfortunately, you guys don't have fully evolved Pokemon there, Ryder Ligum, which is making it a lot easier to, you know, fight my way right through your team. They were so close to making a Ligma joke before their time. Oh boy. Too bad, so sad. Let's see here. So Grovyle probably goes down in 2 of whatever I do. Nuzleaf will die to 1 Brick Break. And Pursuit will do approximately nothing with its jank-ass animation. It's just weird to me because, like, the camera doesn't pan away from the Pokemon before it just returns to its original position, you know? It's fine. I don't care enough to make a big complaint about it. I just like calling attention to it. Ooh, that looks like something that I could send Quillfish in on. And yeah, Quillfish should be able to help out with Grovyle anyway, because it lacks a weakness to it. So, let's send him in. Why not? Meanwhile, Heracross will just run train over the Slarin. Whatever. Yeah, also, don't get cocky, but every one of you has mostly unevolved plant types. Like, come on now. We can handle that. Laren, I love you, but your fighting type weakness gives me a conniption. Sorry, buddy. Alright, and now I guess we'll just do all of this. That Grovyle is having a very bad day. And probably is about to get KO'd by Poison Sting, so that's fun. Excuse me. Okay, 2 rounds down, and nobody's hit 50 yet, so that's probably good. Heracross is already doing work for us, so that's pretty fantastic. Look at me with my blue man group here. Got the blue coat, got the blue stag beetle, got the blue spiny grenade pufferfish. I mean, I guess that's fair enough. I have accidentally assembled the blue man group in my Pokemon team, so that's fun. Alright, so we get our cash prize, and we get TM7. What the hell is TM7 anyway? Hail. Okay. It goes to show how often I use hail. Because I had no fucking idea what that was. So, okay, so Plusle, Quillfish, your time to shine. Let's get you out in the arena. Probably we'll have you be the leads for the next couple of rounds. I'm not sure if you'll do well in round 4, because I don't think anything is particularly weak to like the Rain Dance strategy, but it'll probably be fine. You guys need the most levels out of anybody anyway, so. Yes, exactly that, Lifeblood, exactly that. Although I don't think that was sung by the Blue Man group. I think that was sung by somebody else. So, I don't remember who sang that now that I think about it. Oh, hi Nora, did you space out? Okay, anyway. Round 3 a go-go. And once we're done with this, we'll do one more round, and then it's off to... yeah, we'll be off to Mount Battle. Did the Beatles sing I'm Blue, Dabadeep? I'm gonna look it up, actually. Hang on. I'm gonna look at... who sang I'm Blue? Eiffel 65 is the name of the band. I have never heard of them before, and I probably will never hear of them again. But they sang I'm Blue, so there you go. Unless the Beatles also sang a song called I'm Blue, which is a distinct possibility. Alright, so you can already see how Plusle and Quillfish will come in handy right here. Let's just Helping Hand to Surf. I don't even need Rain Dance. Not that Baltoy could really KO either of these Pokemon, but whatever. We'll just run a Tidal Wave over him. Man, I was starting Tremors before, and now I'm bringing Tidal Waves to Pyrite Town. It's All the natural disasters are happening in this stadium today. The weatherman's got to be going crazy about this shit. Can you imagine being a weatherman in the Pokemon universe? We expect bright sunny skies for the entire... Oh, shit. Somebody used Rain Dance in a battle. We're forecasting thunder showers now. Just localized, problematic weather. And, let's see. Yeah, Poison Sting. I don't think it's going to live a Spark, but if it does, well, won't be with much. Yeah. And then Poison Sting will finish it off. There we go. Easy, easy. Yeah, I'm sure the metal will probably rust by the time we're done with this round. I'll be surfing like a crazy person in this round. So... Actually, you probably would have, man. I mean, his Pokemon were fairly low level compared to you. Well, no, because Mirabee's got a Rain Dance strategy, so... And he has 2 water-weak Pokemon, so yeah. I mean, his Hoot Hoot might have lasted a little while, but probably wouldn't have beaten him. So... Maybe if he evolved his Pokemon... Oh, well. Well, yeah, I beat Mirabee, and then I came back here, and now I'm running a train over the rest of the Colosseum, even though I'm slightly lower level than all of you. Okay, so Rhyhorn dies to 1 Surf, so I'm not worried about that. Meditite, I could probably just get prior damage off on it with maybe Spark, and then I can blast it off the field. I don't want to leave Rhyhorn alive, though, because it could use, like, Earthquake or something like that. Actually, I can't use Spark because Rhyhorn might have Lightning Rod, so I'll just Helping Hand to Surf. And that should be okay. Might not KO the Meditite, but that's alright. We'll get the Rhyhorn off the field, so then I don't have to worry about Lightning Rod. It probably doesn't even have Lightning Rod, but, well, just to be safe. Not bad. And, you know, casual 1100 experience. That's Dynamic Punch. Thank you for missing, because that was about to sketch the hell out of me. Just Surf again. Actually, probably that Dynamic Punch, if it had hit, it would have definitely... I'm not even going to say probably. It definitely would have KO'd Plusle in 1 hit easily. His defense is not exactly the best. So the real question is, why isn't that bodybuilder the trainer of your Heracross? Yeah, you would think. I don't know if they ever do that now that I think about it. At least not in this game. They don't have Pokemon that, like, would make sense with the trainer class, you know what I mean? Like, in the regular Pokemon games, a lot of the trainers have Pokemon that make sense with their trainer class. So, like, you'll have a hiker that has a lot of rock types and fighting types because they make sense to have in the mountains. You have, like, a flower girl or something with a bunch of grass types because, of course, it makes sense for a flower girl to know how to use grass-type Pokemon. Here, they kind of just use whatever they want. But, you know, thinking about it, though, that might be a result of the region, because the Ore region is very scarce in terms of Pokemon being spread out here. So, they might have a trainer class or something, but they might just work with what they have, you know? Like, they don't have a choice in the matter. If they could get Pokemon that would make sense with their trainer class, they would, but because of how scarce Pokemon are in this region, maybe they just work with what they've got, you know? Very Mad Max-esque Pokemon region, where it's just like, you just cobble together whatever you have, you know? I don't even think I needed a Helping Hand to KO either of these guys, but, well, Plusle wasn't doing anything to 2 ground types, so... Watch me get 3,000 experience in one go here. Okay, maybe I overestimated a little bit. Whoops. Well, Quillfish is 48 now, so that's nothing to sneeze at. Doing pretty good on the attack and special attack, so... The speed's not bad, too. He's got over 100 speed now, so that's pretty good, too. Okay, one more battle, and then we're through round 3. And then I have to make a decision about who's going to be out in front for round 4. And that will be a blind decision, because I don't remember what they use in round 4, so... I mean, maybe he was, but he got stronger in the interim. I still beat him, but he did get stronger in the interim. So. You ever look at, like, the NPCs that are up in the crowd there? Because, like, I definitely saw one that looks exactly like the shopkeeper at the outskirts stand for some reason. I don't know what he's doing up there, but whatever. Okay, so Helping Hand Surf. That probably won't do half the Shell Gun, but it'll probably KO Gligar. Excuse me. And then once we do that, we'll be in okay shape. Ow. Well, you did your job, Plusle. Sorry. I'll get you back in later. I'll hit you back soon. Heracross, why don't you pick up the slack there? Because that Helping Hand will still boost Surf, even though Plusle fainted, because it got it off before it fainted, so... It's just too bad I was slightly too slow to take out the Gligar before it could slash him. But no big deal. We'll figure it out. Yeah, Shelgon's got some decent defense, so... Back to Blue Man Group. I definitely want Plusle back now, though. Oh, Frustration. And that's on Heracross, yeah. Because, well... The AI in this game loves to target the same Pokemon twice. I am not sure... I guess it's just to ensure that they KO it, but... Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it seems silly. Because, like, if this was Gen 4... Well, I guess if this was Gen 4, they would just hit whatever the other Pokemon that was in battle was, but you could lose 2 Pokemon in the same turn in this game if you are not careful. As a result of this shenanigans. Oh, okay. Well, I thought that was going to be on Heracross again. Whoops. So is Pelipper faster than Heracross? That's my question. I'm going to find out right now. And I want to get Plusle back in, but I also don't want to get Frustration as soon as I come in and die. So maybe I'll bring Espeon in and get a Reflect up, because that wouldn't be a bad idea. That'll help Plusle anyway. So. Okay, Heracross is faster than Pelipper, so she'll still get experience for the Shelgon. At least. Blech. I'm just glad it wasn't a Salamence, because holy cow, that would have been a bit of a difficulty spike. Oh boy. Okay, and there's Quagsire. Well, we can bring Flygon in for that one. Sorry, Heracross. Sometimes those flying type attacks are just a little too much for you. Okay, so... I'm going to bring in Plusle to get rid of the Pelipper. But I gotta watch Quagsire, because it'll probably do some shenanigans. So I guess I'll get a Reflect up, because that'll come in handy against it. I probably still won't live an Earthquake if it uses that on Plusle, but what can you do? That'll give me a safe switch into Flygon anyway, so I can Giga Drain it next turn. Okay, there goes Pelipper. Plusle and Qwilfish will get some EXP out of that, so that's good. Espeon is halfway to level 50. Now we got to start looking out, because some things at this point we might want to be a little careful about in terms of who we throw into battle and who we don't. Aww. Well, goodbye again, Plusle. Sorry. You just can't catch a break, can you, little guy? Oh, well. What can you do, right? But yeah, Plusle, Qwilfish, and Heracross are all 48 now. Flygon, Espeon, and Umbreon are all 49. So, yeah, I'll probably send in... actually, I might send in the Blue Man Group, now that I think about it, for the next one, because I think they're pretty good for the 4th round, if my memory is correct. Although, maybe Flygon too, but... I don't know. We'll have to see. Basically, I don't want to send anybody that's level 49 in first, because they will definitely get to level 50 from the next 4 rounds, because they'll always get experience from at least 2 Pokemon if they're sent in first. So that's why you want to send in your lower level ones, even if they're not necessarily the best for that battle. So, how big is the boost from Plus and Minus? So if, let's say I had Plusle in and Minun in, it would increase the damage that they deal by 50%. So it's almost like their special attack specifically, it increases by 50%. So it's kind of like a miniature light ball, actually. It's not exactly light ball, because I think light ball also boosts attack, but yeah, it's not too bad. It's a pretty solid boost, all things considered. So let's see. So yeah, I think we'll stick with Plusle and Quillfish in our first slots, and we'll just adapt according to what we have to fight. But yeah, a few of our Pokemon will probably get to level 50 in this round. So, or we'll be like right on the cusp at 49 with everybody, depending on what we need for this fourth one. But then we'll go do some stuff in Mount Battle. The first few areas in Mount Battle don't give a whole lot of experience because the Pokemon are really low level. So that'll make it pretty easy for us to get through the whole area and not quite level up to like 51 or something. So yeah, the guy in the green and the white there, like the gross looking green color and the white there, is definitely the guy from the outskirts stand. So, of course, they have a few different trainer types up there. Like, I can see the one hunter lady with the purple hat up there, too. I think there was a roller boy in the stands, too. So I guess it's a little bit different, depending. Oh, actually, this is a good example, because in Gen 3 only, as far as I'm aware, even enemy Plusles and Minons can increase your special attack. So right now, Plusle has plus 50% special attack, and so does the opponent's Minun. So that's fun. I don't want to do this. I probably want to get Quillfish the hell out of here. That seems like a good idea. And then, I guess, just zap the Minun for now, I suppose. So let's get Quillfish the hell out of here. We'll get Flygon in, because I definitely want to EQ in this battle. And this will split the experience up so that Flygon won't quite get to 50 before I need it again. So I think it's good in the final battle of this one as well, so... Okay, so maybe that wasn't the greatest example because it wasn't very effective, but yeah. I have predicted you, sir. Let's see. Let's send in Heracross to take the little extra damage from Earthquake here, but it won't be that much. It's like, we've seen before, Earthquake does about 40 damage to Heracross, so she will survive pretty handily. And Flygon will probably KO both of these Pokemon now that we got prior damage off on Minun. Although I think Minun probably would have gotten KO'd anyway. It's got good special defense, but I don't think its defense is all that great. So. And Pikachu, yeah, I'm not even worried about Pikachu. Okay, so yeah, we'll spread out the experience a little bit, and we'll be in good shape. Heracross, you're getting close to 49. We'll get you there. Just not yet. Yeah, these Colosseum battles allow you to use some slightly more hyper-offensive strategies than you can normally use, because, like, typically I wouldn't want to be just spamming Earthquake with Heracross on the field, because the more I do that, the more I would have to use healing items that I would then have to go and rebuy, you know. So, but when you get healed after every battle, well, it makes it easier to just spam things, you know. Alright, so what do you have? Voltorb and Wailmer. Well, I can take care of the Wailmer pretty easily. Voltorb might be a little bit of a problem, but yeah, we'll see what we can do. It's just you two. Okay, so... I don't want to do this. I guess I'll just spark the Wailmer to try to get rid of it. And then I could set up a Rain Dance. And I don't think a Voltorb can KO Quillfish even with like Spark or something. I mean, if it has like Thunderbolt, maybe, but I'll live a little dangerously. It's fine. We'll set up a Rain Dance so we can Surf and Thunder next turn, and that'll be it for this one. Goodbye, Wailmer. You don't quite have the defenses, but you do give a lot of experience, so I will take that. Okay, well, a crit could be a problem. But I guess it'll give Heracross the chance to get to 49, so... Oh, nice. Get that aftermath going, basically. Poor man's aftermath. I didn't get the rain up, did I? Okay, well, that's no big deal. I can just Helping Hand a Brick Break and we'll be fine. Plus, it will be a little ahead on experience now, but, I mean, it gains boosted experience anyway, so it was going to pull ahead of Quillfish no matter what. You know, using a move that has a 30% chance to give me paralysis might not be your best plan, considering I have Guts. That's like 3 dead Voltorbs right there. So, good luck and sayonara. Yeah, not quite, but that's okay. If you can get Heracross in on a burn, by the way, that would probably be the best use of its Guts ability, because when you are burned and you have the Guts ability, you actually ignore the attack drop that the burn gives you, and you still get the 1.5 times damage boost that Guts gives you, so it increases your damage by 50%, even if you're burned, so... And then all you have to deal with is that little bit of extra residual damage at the end of each turn, so... I guess in that way, poison is okay too, as long as it's not, like, badly poisoned. But, excuse me, I prefer burned because of obvious reasons. Okay, so Quillfish can handle Larvitar on its own. I think I want to swap Plusle out for Heracross to take care of the Magnemite, though. And then they've got one other Pokemon, so we'll figure out what that is later. Actually, we should do pretty good here for experience, though. Because it looks like Plusle and Quillfish won't quite make it to 49, but everybody else will be 49, so then we'll be in great shape for going into Mount Battle, because then all we'll each need is 1 level, and, well, in the first couple areas it should be pretty easy to just have anybody in battle. Like, it doesn't matter who's in battle, just use them, you know. We won't have to switch out for weaknesses and everything like that, so... Okay, well, Heracross is 49, that's good. And what's your third? Chinchou. Okay. Well, I could switch in Flygon for that, but... Oh, Zap Cannon. Oh, and it actually hit. Who's it hitting? Oh, okay. Quillfish, you just can't catch a break today. Not only did Zap Cannon hit, it was also a crit. You keep doing that shit, game, and I'm going to start thinking you have it out for me. Which it does. So, fair enough. Alright, so Flygon actually might get to 50, now that I think about it, because it's going to get the experience from both of these guys, and then it needs to come in for the final battle, because if I remember right, there's like an Electrode or something in the final battle that we'll want to send it out for. So... I think in this generation, yeah, I think Leftovers does cancel out burn damage, because I think the burn is like 1/16 of your HP or something, and Leftovers is the same, 1/16, so... Yeah, I think it cancels out Conquer, so if you had Leftovers, there you go. Pretty easy to, you know, counteract that. So, it's a good strat, all things considered, if you're, you know, going to be using something with Guts. I'd probably use Machamp over Heracross in that case, though, in a lot of cases, because Machamp, I think, is a little tankier than Heracross. I'd have to look at the stats, but I think it's a little tankier. Probably specifically because it doesn't have a 4 times weakness to flying, it would make it a little tankier. At least in my mind. Well, we're going to find out, aren't we, Ryder Harrow? We'll see what you've got, too. Usually the final battles are where things get a little bit more hectic, so... Okay, Electrode and Lunatone. The Electrode spooks the hell out of me, because Quillfish can take care of Lunatone, no problem, but not Electrode. Definitely not Electrode. So... I'm going to T-Wave it. I might not be able to KO with Surf, though, if I do that, so... Oh, wait, I got an idea. Let's do this, and then we'll T-Wave it. And we'll go from there. Oh, it's using Protect too. I don't like this. What are you up to? Oh, fantastic. Goodbye, Plusle. So, apparently she uses Protect Explosion. So that's fun. Oh, man. Okay, well, Quillfish is about to get a bunch of experience, so that'll give him a little bit of a boost on Plusle there. Yeah. 1735, that's not too bad. So, obviously Lunatone's going to blow up next turn, because why wouldn't it after that, right? So maybe Espeon to get a Reflect up before it does that. And then I think I'll swap Umbreon in as well, because it'll be able to take the hit, so. Alright, so we got a Machoke. I could KO the Machoke, but I think it's going to Protect, so I'm going to Reflect. And then, well, Qwilfish would die to an Explosion. Well, maybe not if I have Reflect up. I guess there's only one way to find out. Yeah, Electrode did go boom. And we'll see if Lunatone does the same. And we'll see if Reflect is enough to help me out with it. I know that's not going to do much to Machoke, but... Okay, I mean, that's 50%. I'll take that. Okay, Psywave. So that's not Explosion. It did a lot of damage, though. If I remember right, Psywave can do between, I think 0.5 and 1.5 times their level in damage, so. Alright, well, we need to get rid of Machoke so it stops using No Guard Dynamic Punch before No Guard even existed. So, let's do this. And actually, I use a full restore. We're getting some money out of this, so. Fuck your Psywaves. Okay, so that takes care of Machoke. And last but not least, what does she have as her fourth and final? Ampharos. Okay. I can handle Ampharos. Okay, so Rock Throw shouldn't do a whole bunch. Yeah, especially under Reflect. Like, that's no problem whatsoever. So I think now we get Flygon out. And we hope that Qwilfish lives whatever the hell Ampharos is going to do to it, but if not, I guess it's not a huge... Well, or do I just Protect and then Earthquake next? No, I think I do this, because then I can Protect and Earthquake next turn after Lunatone faints, so... And we'll see if Flygon makes it to level 50. If it does, it's no big deal. It's just 1 out of 6, so... That made it there. Lunatone didn't even die. Man, thing's tankier than I remember. Okay, so Thunder Punch will KO with no trouble whatsoever. Yep. And that'll leave Qwilfish and Plusle both at level 48, close to 49. So, another poison point. Very convenient timing on these poison points there. So let's see, so we're going to be fighting against Ampharos because... Or no, actually, Ampharos would probably die to an Earthquake from Flygon, so... I guess we'll just send Umbreon in because it can take the hit, especially under Reflect, and we'll just take care of Lunatone with him. Did I ever mention why I like the choreography of this theme? I'm not sure if I did, even though we've already seen all of the Cypher admins. So this theme has a quote-unquote second movement, like some of the themes that you might have heard in Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2 when we played those. But you only hear the second movement, you only hear the second verse of this song when you're fighting a Cypher Administrator. So like you'll hear it in, say, situations like this where you're in a final battle in a Colosseum a few times before you actually fight a Cypher Administrator and hear the full theme. So that's good choreography. I like that, personally. But, I don't know, it doesn't exactly feel like an epic final, an epic boss fight music, you know what I mean? It's just kind of there. So I like the choreography, but it's not, I don't think it's the best boss theme, so. Hey Marie, how's it going? Welcome. Lunatone looked like it got hit hard. Don't know, you just got here. I mean, it got hit pretty good. Feint attack hit for a decent chunk, so. And for beating the whole gauntlet, we get TM31 Brick Break. I don't think I'm going to need that because Heracross just has Brick Break, so. But yeah, we came out of that in pretty decent shape in terms of our levels. Plusle and Qwilfish are getting close to 49, so they'll be in good shape. Espeon and Umbreon are pushing for 50, so's Flygon, and Heracross is a full level behind, but that's okay. That shouldn't be a huge deal to take care of. Okay, so now that we're done with Pyrite Colosseum, off we go. We're heading off to Mount Battle for the rest of this stream and probably a good chunk of the next stream. I don't know how many of these zones we're going to get done today in Mount Battle, but we'll see what we can do. I'm not even going to bother buying another full restore, though, because I'd have to go all the way down to the under to do that, so, yeah. I think we can buy revives here, though. So, we'll buy them here. Yep, we can. Grinding for money in this game sucks. Yeah, it's not exactly fun, so levels are kind of high. Well, for Mount Battle's first few areas, yeah, they'll definitely be kind of high. For the final boss gauntlet, I mean, we could probably do it, but, well, I would want to get a few more Poke Coupons to get some other moves for my team first. And, well, we're going to gain levels when we go do that anyway. Like I said, my target level is about 53 before we go to the final boss fight. But if we get a little higher than that, by getting to... I want to do, like, the first 8 areas of Mount Battle before we go there. And I also want to do the first 2 rounds of the Under Colosseum before we go there. So I can get all the moves I need before we fight the final boss. But, well, we'll see if we manage to eke out all of that before getting there. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so Mount Battle. Before we do anything, I think I might have shown this already, but let's take a look at the coupon exchange counter so we can see what we can buy here. Yeah, so like I said before, you can get these in this game, but... Like, you know how in school your math teachers would always say, okay, so before we learn how to do something the easy way, we got to learn how to do it the hard way? Pokemon Colosseum's Poke Coupon grinding is the hard way, because the best way to do it is to use battle mode over and over and over again and just refight certain stadiums over and over and over again to get all these things. You could do it right here on Mount Battle in story mode, but, well, you'll gain a lot of experience doing it, and I mean... I guess if you want to overpower the final boss, you can do that, but I'd rather be at a decent level, just enough to be challenging, you know, so. But our goals from our Poke Coupon spree that we're going to be doing here is to get a TM13 Ice Beam, a TM24 Thunderbolt, and a TM35 Flamethrower. You won't need all of these if you manage to get any of those from your Pokemon, like, for example, excuse me, you could have... If you got Quilava, you could probably have Flamethrower already. I don't know if anything learns Ice Beam, but you could probably have Thunderbolt already if you picked a different electric type like Ampharos. But, well, I didn't pick any of the above, and I don't have a fire type, so we gotta we gotta do a lot to get this stuff done. Do I need to deposit anything? Nope, gonna keep the experience share there because I'll probably need it at some point here. So. Under Colosseum was a trial for Kid You, and there's something special down there for your last tourney. Yeah, we'll see what we can do about all that. I think, like I said, I don't think I want to do all 4 of the Under Colosseum's tournaments just yet. But before the end of the main story, I think I'll do the last 2 rounds in the post-game, because I really just need the Sludge Bomb TM, which you get from round 2, so... I'll probably go do those first. Anyway, here we go. The climb begins. Yes, so training will resume now on Mount Battle. Let's get a little info first. So there are 10 areas, and each area has 10 zones, for a total of 100 zones. Yes. And basically, if you lose any of the fights, your challenge ends, and you can... Once you beat an area, you can start from that area again whenever you want, but if you lose in sequence, you'll have to start all over again from that area. So at the highest, you'll start that area. But if you win all 10 of the battles in that zone, or in that area, you'll get Poke Coupons in the break room at the end of the area. And you can also switch your Pokemon around. You can also save your game, so there is a PC in case you want to do this. It's not like... I think the Pit of 100 Trials, you have to do it all in one go, right? Like, I don't think there's a save point in the pit, but I don't remember, because it's been such a long time since I've done anything with the Pit of 100 Trials in Paper Mario. We'll get to that eventually, so... but the Poke Coupon rewards that we'll get are... I mean, they're okay. You get a minimum of 100 from the first area, and then you get a maximum of 1,200 from beating Area 10. So, I mean, if you beat Area 10 over and over again, you can probably get a decent chunk of coupons to buy all those TMs, but I have a different method that will get me less experience than that, so... Oh yeah, and Abra will be at every one of the break areas at the end of each the break rooms at the end of each area. There we go. So you can teleport back and suspend your challenge at any time. So, and we already know about Poke Coupons, so we'll go from there. Seriously, this game is painful in the wrong places, in your opinion. The Colosseum battles are arduous if you don't import and you are a Tomaev kid. It definitely helps if you bring in some Pokemon from Ruby Sapphire Emerald or Fire Red Leaf Green as well. So, although Fire Red Leaf Green, it's a different kind of beast because you have to unlock that network machine, I think, in order to even do anything with it. So, alright, off we go. And yeah, Nora does not accompany us on Mount Battle because, well, there will be no Shadow Pokemon. So, our challenge begins. Let's see what we can do here on Mount Battle. Just like the Colosseum battles, like I said before, you will get a full heal after each zone. So, just go all out and enjoy the awesome music while you're down in these first 3 areas because, well, this first battle theme is not going to stick around for after a little while, but, you know, we'll enjoy it while it lasts. But yeah, as you can see, the Pokemon here are not exactly strong. They start around level 15 to 16, and yeah, that's not really going to do a whole lot for us. It's not bad for EVs, though. It'll fill out your EV training pretty good. So, the experience will be abysmal for a little while, though. Not that we need the experience to be high yet, because, well, we only need, like, a couple of levels, so... But these first few battles should be a pretty stress-free situation. You can also use these first couple of areas as a good place to battle with any Shadow Pokemon that you want to get their heart gauge down. So, like, let's say you know that they have a nature that gives them a decent chunk of heart gauge back when you battle with them. This is not a bad place to do it. I just haven't taken advantage of that yet, because I usually find just doing Dueling Square is a little bit easier in Pyrite Town, because you get money for that, so and it's a little faster. It helps as an understatement. If only the second to last zone used the semi-final music, since that area is technically the semi-finals. Yeah, that's true, although I think it does use the semi-final battle theme. I think it uses it for, like, I want to say the, like, 70 to 99 uses Semi-Final Battle as its music track. In this game, specifically. In XD, it doesn't. In XD, you just use the generic battle theme for all 100 zones, which is kind of a step backwards, in my opinion, but... Well, if that's one of the only things XD does that's a step backwards, I think I'll take it. There's a lot of things XD does that improves on the formula that Colosseum had going, so... If only you could catch some of these Pokemon now that Nora isn't around if they weren't so low level, yeah. Just be like, okay, well, she's not here, so we'll just, you know, just use the snag machine. I'm sure, though, because if I remember correctly, if you try to throw a ball at a Pokemon that is not a Shadow Pokemon, Nora basically says, no, you can't use that, Sniper. So I'm sure that even though she's not here, she would find a way to get over the megaphone or something and be like, no, you can't use that, Sniper. No matter where I am. She's watching me all the time. Also, XD's Mount Battle is still important because getting those 3 prizes at the end, the only real way to get those 3 outside of Japan. Yeah, because the reward at the end of Mount Battle in XD is pretty solid. You have to do the whole challenge without switching Pokemon or suspending... No, I think you can suspend your challenge, but you can't restart from an earlier area, basically. So you have to do all 100 in sequence. And you can take breaks in between, but you can't suspend the challenge and then start from somewhere else or change your Pokemon around, if I remember right. And that's how you get the reward. So, we might go do Mount Battle in XD. My plan originally was to do Mount Battle in this game so that I wouldn't have to do it in XD. Because the level jump from, I think it's like Area 7 or something, Area 6 to Area 7 in XD is, like, pretty ridiculous. You go from, like, the mid-40s or something like that, which is about where you'd expect to be at the end of XD, to level 57. And there are very few opportunities to even get that kind of experience to grind your levels up in XD to get to that point where you'd be at a level that actually is capable of taking on those last few zones, let alone the areas 9 and 10 where all of a sudden their levels are in the mid-60s and the final battle of Mount Battle is at level 70. Like, are you kidding me, guys? Where do you expect me to get those 20 levels from? Like, what the hell? But, yeah, I might still do it. I probably would take a little bit of time off in XD when we do that so that I can get the levels that I need by grinding it up. But, I don't know, we'll figure out how we're going to do it when we get that far. Yeah, okay, so it is. It's an 100 chain, and you can't use a different team from your initial 6. So it's quite the grind. You work for those prizes, that's for sure. But yeah, we'll see how we do it. I would probably, if I was to do Mount Battle, I would probably do the Mount Battle challenge and then the Ore Colosseum stuff that I wanted to do, which would basically just be the first round of Ore Colosseum. I would do both of those after the grind, and I would probably play something in between the rest of XD, which we'll be playing in a couple of months probably, and specifically the Ore Colosseum and the Mount Battle challenge would be like separate 3 or maybe 4, maybe 5 streams even, depending on how long it takes us to get up Mount Battle. So then again, I might cut out some of the Mount Battle stuff. Like, if we get up to Area 7, just doing it in the game regularly, I might just say, okay, so here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up to where we normally are, but I'm going to start the challenge from the beginning and then get there myself, and then we'll just play the new stuff on screen. So, I don't know. It's all a work in progress at this point. I'm brainstorming what I will do eventually. Until we play the game, though, I really won't know what my actual plans are for it, you know, so... Okay, well, there's a level. Quillfish got to 49, so that's good. Probably what I'm going to do is I will probably just let Plusle and Quillfish get to 50, because they should be able to get there fairly close together with the way that their experience is right now. And Plusle will probably get there a little faster than Quillfish, but it won't be too much faster. And then once they're done getting there, I will go switch Heracross and then Espeon, Umbreon, Flygon in sequence, and they'll get there. So you have nothing to do in 14 without buying Shadowbringers. Yeah, and I don't think I was gonna say before, my initial recommendation was gonna be, yeah, don't buy Shadowbringers until you get until Endwalker drops, because then you can get Shadowbringers and Endwalker for a deal. But that's not how that works, is it? Now that I think about it, like, in order to get, basically Shadowbringers will become bundled with Heavensward and Stormblood rather than with Endwalker, so you'd have to pay for Shadowbringers anyway, and then pay for Endwalker, so you'd be pretty much paying $80 no matter what you do. Kind of blows, actually. And it's another thing I'm going to talk about with the price modeling. I talked about it when we were playing Stormblood, but the price modeling that the game has is atrocious and incredibly anti-consumer, but we'll probably talk about it again when we play Shadowbringers. Incidentally, speaking of Shadowbringers, I was talking to Cole about how, and it was kind of, I guess it was a bit of a serious talk, about how the longer we wait to do any more Final Fantasy XIV content, the more our lives are going to divulge from one another, because I'll have a full-time job pretty soon, because I'm going to be job hunting. I'm still job hunting at the moment, but I'll probably be working in the industry that I took, the technical school classes that I took a little while ago. So I'll be working in industry, and Cole as an electrician, and Cole will be working, and he'll have his own apartment, so the more time we spend not playing through Shadowbringers, the more our lives will divulge to the point where, or rather not divulge, diverge, to the point where eventually we won't be able to spend 3 days a week for 2.5 hours a day playing video games with one another. So we may actually end my coverage of the Final Fantasy XIV expansions with Shadowbringers. I'm not 100% sure about that just yet, it's still tentative, but I know how I would end the story if we ended it at Shadowbringers, so... And hopefully it'll be... I think it'll be fulfilling to both of our character arcs as well if we finish it in Shadowbringers, so... There is more story content that can come to pass after Shadowbringers ends, but, well, I might still call it a day after a certain point. Again, because it's just a matter of, you know, whether or not it's viable for both of us to play something for 3 days a week, 2.5 hours a day, you know. Eventually that won't be viable because we'll both have full-time jobs. I'll be moved out of the area. Cole will be moved into his own apartment, so it'll just become too hard to coordinate, you know, regularly. Unless we did, like, that one stream a week, but I'd be doing that for, like, a year if we did it one stream a week for Endwalker, so. Yeah, so I don't know exactly how it's all going to work out, but I'm sure it will eventually. You've developed a crafting addiction? Oh, boy. Well, being an Omnicrafter will probably help you if you decide to do any Savage content later. I've heard being able to do that helps pretty good. So. Alright, so this Wooper probably has water absorb, so that's why I'm swapping Plusle out for Heracross here. If it doesn't, well, this battle's over, but if it does, which it does, I'm going to need somebody else to do something here for me because I had no moves to hit it with. Story summaries are hurting you in the wrong way. Well, I'm not going to give you a story summary because I don't want to spoil you on anything in Shadowbringers, but just know that I think there are... I have no way of knowing whether or not Endwalker will have a good point for us to end off on anyway, but I do know that there is a point in Shadowbringers where we can definitely end off the streams, my coverage of 14 for the streams. I don't know if I would ever play Endwalker after that, to be honest, but that's because as Cole will tell me, that's because I have no joy in my life. Oh boy. He just says that, he just busts my balls about it because I haven't liked 14 since Heaven's Ward, honestly. Like, Stormblood was an example. As a story, it was a bunch of peaks and troughs. When it was good, it was really good. When it was bad, it was as bad as, if not worse than, A Realm Reborn, depending on whether or not Yotsuyu was on screen. And, well, this might be a bit of a spoiler for Shadowbringers, but it doesn't get better than it was in Stormblood. It gets... So, like I said, Stormblood was peaks and troughs, so like it's a big jarring line graph where just up and down and up and down and up and down. Shadowbringers is more of a smooth curve, but it's up and down and up and down and up and down still, and the down is just as down as Stormblood's downs, but the ups are not as up as Stormblood's ups, if that makes any sense at all. So, man, you should have evolved that, Ralts. So, yeah, spoiler alert, Shadowbringers will not save my opinion on 14 when we play it again. Oh, boy. A lot of people really like Shadowbringers, though, and I mean, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with liking it. It's just... I see them making the same story mistakes in Shadowbringers that they made in Stormblood in a lot of cases, and there's just a lot of pasteurization, really. Like, things happen, and it just is sort of there in some cases. And there are a lot of little details that are overlooked. Just stuff that it was like, no, you guys had this good thing in Heaven. Like, I was like, okay, it's not nostalgia goggles, right? I'm not just saying this because Heaven's Ward was, like, nostalgic for me. No, I actually used the New Game Plus feature in 14's... Like, it has a New Game Plus feature now that you can unlock where you can play old content again. And I actually used it to play through the first part of Heaven's Ward's story, and I was like, no, this is not nostalgia goggles. Heaven's Ward is exactly as good as I remember it being. So, oh boy. It's milquetoast quality, yeah. And I hate to say that that's what it is, but yeah, it's pretty tapioca, all things considered. But here's the thing, it's tapioca, but there are moments where something shat in the tapioca. Like, there's one particular story element that I get so fucking pissed off about in Shadowbringers. When we get to it in the story, you will know, because I will do nothing but rant about it for the rest of the goddamn stream. Even if it happens 15 minutes in, I will be ranting for the rest of the stream about it. Probably over top of everyone else, so I will be annoying the sin out of everyone else, but you will know. Oh boy. And yeah, like I said, there's nothing wrong with liking the game. It's fine if you enjoy 14. It's fine if you enjoy the newer expansions. Hell, it's fine if you enjoy A Realm Reborn. I hate it, but hey, if you enjoy it, then more power to you because you found something in it I could not. Here's the thing, though. I always tell this to people who are saying, oh, well, you know, your opinion is making mine feel invalid. Okay, so we need to have a talk about that, because if one opinion from some jackass on the internet is making your opinion about a video game feel invalid, you need to re-examine your opinion on that video game, because it could not have been very well founded in the first place if one bozo on the internet is enough to make you question it. So re-examine it, because you need to re-find what you like about it, so that you can reaffirm what you like about it. Does that make any sense? I hope it does, because it probably sounded better in my head than it did when I actually said it. So... Oh, so you use the Never-Ending Journey to get the... Okay, yeah. So you can actually even just use New Game Plus, because New Game Plus, what you can do with it is not only can you see the cutscenes, but you can play through the content as well. So you can redo all the instances that happen, you play through the story cutscenes, hell, you walk around to all the different objective markers too. So if you want a more in-depth experience with it, then I would use New Game Plus. It's a pretty good feature. I like it. It makes sense? Okay, good. I'm glad it made sense. Because I wasn't sure how it would come across when I said it out loud for the first time. So. Okay, Vander, good to see you again. Glad you're doing okay. Let's go get our Poke Coupons now that I'm done blabbering my mouth off. And we've cleared Area 1 just like that. So yeah, in the break room, you talk to this gentleman, and he'll give you your Poke Coupons. We only get 100 from the first area, but that's okay. And I would like to advance, yes. So basically, if you press stop, or if you talk to Abra, Abra will teleport you back to Area 1, or not Area 1, but the counter back at the beginning of the area, and then you can basically start from Area 2 now that we've beaten it all the way through. I don't think there are any additional prizes in this game, though. Like, in XD, excuse me, you have to clear the whole thing in one go to get those extra prizes, but in Colosseum, in story mode specifically, there isn't any extra prize. In battle mode, doing Mount Battle, which you can do Mount Battle in battle mode, there is a prize, but we can't do it until the very end of the post-game here, so... Of course, at the rate we're going, I'll actually be able to do that, but I don't think I'll be doing it on screen, because I'm going to be doing all of Mount Battle in story mode on screen, so... It'd be like rehashing old content. So my goal for today, basically, is to get as far in this as I can, obviously, but I would like to stop probably around the 50th zone. I think that should be doable, because then we can beat the other 30 zones after that on Saturday's stream. We can do a little bit of the... Well, actually, we would probably do the battle mode stuff that I'll be doing in between streams before we do that. And then we'll beat those 30 zones. And once we're done with those, we'll go do the 2 rounds in the Under Colosseum. And once we're done with those, we will probably go to the final area and run right up to the final boss's doorstep, and then we'll call it a day. So that's the plan. And then next week, the first stream of next week, we'll beat the main story mode, basically. And then we'll go from there. And I'll be doing post-game stuff, but I will probably treat the finale the same as I usually do, where I don't really play much of the game at all after the credits roll. And we just save that for a separate stream. So even if the final boss gauntlet takes us maybe an hour and a half or something, which I'm anticipating it being between an hour and a half to beat, if we follow this schedule that I was just talking about. Even if it only takes us an hour and a half to beat, I will still not play any further for that stream. I'll just wait until the next stream before I start playing further, because stuff starts happening almost immediately after you beat the game, so we'll try to save all that for the post-game. There is one thing, though, that I would like to do before we call it a day on the finale stream, the final stream of the main story, and I'll talk about what that is in a little bit. Oh, I actually should hit Zubat, because Heracross sure as hell doesn't have a super effective hit. So. pretty soon Umbreon will catch up to Espeon there, and then we'll be able to swap them around a little bit. I think there's a bit of a level jump, though, if I remember right, between this area and the next one. Or no, actually, that's in XD. In Colosseum, pretty much like the first area is levels 15 to 20. The second area is 20 to 25. Third area is 25 to 30, 30 to 35, and 35 to 40 for the fifth area. So it pretty much is like every area is 5 more levels, essentially, that you... and then it just goes all the way up until you get to area 9, where it goes 55 to 60, and then in area 10 almost everything is level 60. Like, they don't go up any further from level 60 after that. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on our experience here, because it looks like Heracross is going to need a little more than everybody else is to get there, because Flygon's going to need 728, 877, so that's like 1600, and that's, let's say, going to be about 3000 between Espeon, Umbreon, and Flygon. So maybe I should give you the experience share, so you get a little closer. Yeah, let's give you the experience share. You don't need the black belt right now. We'll one-hit KO pretty much everything anyway. So, and then that way it'll be closer to getting to 50, right about at the same time as everybody else will get to 50. And then I can just have plus on Quillfish clean up. So. I think after this area, though, when we get to the break room, I might take a quick break to use the restroom, and it shouldn't be a huge deal. We should be able to, despite that, get through all the stuff that I want to get through today, because for the most part, these first few areas, because of how high our levels are, we're not going to have too much of a challenge. Pretty much everything will get one-shotted for the first probably 3 or 4 areas, and then in Area 5, it'll just be a matter of being close to one-shotting everything, so... Yeah, that'll help Heracross quite a bit there, because getting that extra experience will get it closer. So we'll just wait until it's inside of the window for everyone else's experience, and then we'll take the experience share off. We'll be good. Ready for a run then, Athlete Caden? You could probably run all the way back down to the start of the area, or even, you know, the start of Mount Battle. I don't know why they ask you to advance to the next zone every time you move forward in here. Seems a little counterintuitive, because, like, if I didn't want to advance to the next zone, I'd just walk backwards, you know what I mean? But, whatever, it's fine. I think that's a holdover from the battle mode, though, where you can do, when you do this in battle mode, it also does that, so... But I'm not sure. So now, let's just hit the C-Dot. I guess it doesn't matter who hits what here. I'm going to KO them anyway. I mean, they're level 21. I better KO them in one hit. I have twice the levels. And they're unevolved. I would hope so. Yeah, there we go. Easy as that. And I mean, even if you came here as soon as you were able to, like, right, because, like, if you, once you get the key, the elevator key to go to the under, Mount Battle is open again. So if you came here right when you were supposed to, even then these first few areas wouldn't be very challenging, because all of your Pokemon would be about level 40 at that point. So you still wouldn't get much of a challenge out of these first few. They're pretty much just there for Shadow Pokemon purification, or low-level Pokemon. So, like, if you have, say, if you're using Remoraid, or if you wanted to use Remoraid and you couldn't before because it just had too low of a level and you couldn't keep it alive in battle, then you can, you know, you could just wait until this area, and then you can go from there. But again, like I said, it's not too bad for EV training either, because, well, you're getting not a whole lot of experience, but every single one of these Pokemon that you're fighting gives you maybe 1 or even 2 EVs in a certain stat, depending on what it is. So, you're getting pretty decent EVs, all things considered. And probably we'll get quite a bunch of stats when we all level up, because we'll have a whole bunch of EVs chunked together in that one level that we got. So, yeah, sure, that's what it is. Okay, so how we doing on experience here? So you're inside of Espeon now, yeah. Almost inside of Flygon, too. And you need 5,500 just about, so... And you gain 50% more experience, so when you gain 778, you'll gain like 1,200. So you gain 800, you'll gain like... Or no, hang on. Yeah, so like 800 to 1,200, 900 to like 1,250, and then 700 to like 1,050, I think. Does that sound right? 1,350 would actually be what Espeon would give you. So you still won't get there inside of their levels, even if I give you the experience share the whole time. That's a little sad, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll just stick with this for now. I don't anticipate needing to pull Umbreon out anytime soon, to be honest. So... Why can't you find good pants in 14? Oh, good pants are hard to come by. It depends on the class, though. Like, what class are you trying to find good pants for? Because I might be able to help off the top of my head. Me personally, oh, for healer? Yeah, healer pants are difficult. Your main. For me personally, the pants that usually work pretty okay for me are the Twin Silk slops of whatever class you're trying to use. But on my Scholar Glamour that I've used for a while, the Griffin-looking Scholar Glamour that I have, I use the Arachne Cuelets of healing. And if you have, like, knee-high boots, those pants work pretty well, because they're capris, basically, but they have these little tassels on the side of them. And if you have knee-high boots, it'll... Basically, the boots will overtake the capris, so... They're not bad. I think the Arachne Cuelets, though, are 50 crafting items, so... Can't find any knee-high ones. Yeah, it's a little tricky with the boots, too. I'm trying to think which ones you could get. I mean, I guess when all else fails, you could use the Scion Traveler's boots, but... eh. I don't think those die pretty well. And you'd have to have, like, a lightly armored healer glamour for those to work okay. So... You'd rather craft at this point, 300k for a shirt is obscene, yeah. Yeah, that's quite a lot to spend on a shirt. I'd rather save that money for, like, buying the crafted gear for Savage content and stuff. I don't know, I was looking up some stuff for that with, like, the crafted gear that you can get to get into Savage content today, because Cole was talking about, oh, well, you know, I gotta do all this stuff when Endwalker comes out so I can get ready for the first Savage tier. So... I was like, oh, okay, so what would that entail? And it's like 5 pieces of crafted gear, and then 5 accessories with the better tomestones, and then your weapon. And the weapon is a pain in the ass, because there's like nothing good for weapons unless you do extreme or savage content before that, so, well, you know. Yeah, and Pentameld, yeah. I don't think I would ever be doing that, even if I did get into Savage content. I think I'd just be like, nope, just augment the stuff. Because you can augment some of the crafted gear at each eye level. And it gets you 10 extra eye level, but you can't pentameld at that point. You can only dual meld it. So, yeah, pentamelding is hard. It's not, okay, so it's not hard. It's just a grind, because... To start with, you have like a less than 1 in 5 chance of getting 1 extra piece of gear on, or 1 extra piece of materia on the gear than it's supposed to have. And then it just successively goes lower and lower and lower as you go until you're getting like tons and tons of like level 7, in this case level 7 materia. And you just keep breaking them and breaking them and breaking them. I'm like, fuck this, I'll just use the 6 materias. I don't know if that'll work in Savage content, though, because usually for me, I don't put materia into my gear unless I can put it in and take it out 100% of the time. And in Savage, the extra stats that I'm losing for that will probably be a problem. So, you know. This is how the new expansions work. Oh boy. Lay it on me. So we can all know. Yeah, that would probably be the easiest way to get your, you know, a decent weapon to go into the other Savage stuff, is get an EX weapon. So yeah, run the higher level EX trial to get a weapon, get crafted gear, pentameld it, and then get your accessories with all the tomestones that you just have from doing the other stuff. So. Yeah, oh yeah, it'll get replaced later on in the tier, yeah, for sure, but it's just there to make sure your eye level's high enough, essentially, and you do enough damage, so. Aggressive teaching, huh? Sounds vulgar. Three, 7, 13. So if we finished out at Area 5 today, we will have 1, 3, 7, 13, 2,100 Poke Coupons. So we'll be halfway to the halfway to one of the TMs that we want, which is not too bad. But basically, in between streams, I'll be getting the rest of the TMs that we need. So, yeah, in case it wasn't immediately obvious. Okay, so there's our first level 50. We got a whole bunch of stats there, so that's not too bad. Now we can swap Umbreon out for somebody else. I'll probably put Flygon in, because that'll be nice and easy. Get that out of the way right away. Scream at all this grind you're going to do for a relevant piece of content, not even competing for World First, which is too much glory for you. I think in order to compete for World First, you would need to have, like, you'd either need to be an Omnicrafter, or you'd have to have, like, a dedicated, essentially slave, not really slave, that's a quote, I just put air quotes around that. But you basically have to have somebody who can say, okay, from day one, I will be able to get you gear that will allow you to have the minimum eye level to get into the content you want to do. And it's like, I mean, okay, but it seems like a lot of work, I guess. Probably if I ever did anything for World First, I would probably want to do that with, like, the Ultimate content, but I don't think I'm even good enough to do the Savage content at this point, let alone the Ultimate content. So, and World First and Ultimate is not a joke. You gotta do that shit for like 12 hours a fucking day, and I don't have that kind of time, so. Yeah, you're probably gonna be an Omnicrafter, yeah, that's true. And to be fair, they make it easier to craft with multiple classes if you want to do all the content anyway now, because of the fact that all that story in Shadowbringers is hidden behind doing the what's that stuff called? The facet quests. So, I mean, you basically, if you do all the facet quests in Shadowbringers, you've got 2 gatherers and 3 crafters just at level 80, just like that. So, I mean, it's not as easy as I'm making it sound, but yeah. Ain't worth it for you, too much work, and there were idiots in Heavensward who wanted you to raid with them as a healer for 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. Jesus fucking Christ, what the hell? Yeah, that's a job, like, ugh. No compensation besides camaraderie. Why would I raid, like, a job for nothing? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, that's way too much work. It's a bunch of bullshit. I would never. There's no way. Which, of course, means that I will never get famous on Twitch, because, well, I won't be. A lot of the people who get more viewers in the 14 community on Twitch are people who raid consistently, like 3-4 times a week. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'll be lucky if I raid 1 or 2 times a week if I ever even get there. So. But that's why we'll get World First. And, yeah, exactly. It's okay, fine. Yeah, I don't think I would ever go for World First, unless for some reason I managed to somehow get into a World First team on an Ultimate thing, where it's like, okay, it's in the middle of a tier and I already have the gear for it, you know? There's just way too much work involved with getting... And the thing is the way that I would want to raid for that stuff, I would never even get World First anyway, because I'd want to raid like once or twice a week for maybe a couple of hours a day, and that's it. So... It is. It's impressive to do that. But honestly, I think it's just impressive enough that you clear Ultimate, you know what I mean? Like, if you clear Ultimate on content, that's something to be proud of, because that's not an easy feat. That's some of the hardest content in the game, and you cleared it with the correct item level rather than sinking down, you know what I mean? So that's impressive. But, yeah, I'd be happy with just that, honestly. I'd be happy with just clearing it on content. Hell, I'd be happy with clearing it to begin with at all. If we did it on content, of course, I'd be even happier, but, yeah, you know. Okay, so anyway, that's 2 areas down, 3 to go. I'm going to save, and then I'm going to go... Do I need to refill my water? Yeah, I should. Excuse me. Okay, so, listen to the music here in the lobby, because it's not too bad. I'm going to go use the restroom and refill my water, and then I'll be right back. Oh, but first, hold on. Let's take a look. We have a new viewer. K-Ben DeWald. Hopefully I said that correctly. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, still streaming some Colosseum. I've got it on the, well, not the native hardware. I'm streaming it on the Wii, but I still have the old GameCube disc going, so got to play it before these things no longer work, you know what I mean? So, but how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'll be back in a moment, and then we'll actually continue with the stream, because unfortunately you caught me right at my break time. Give me a moment. I'll be right back. Are you guys dying up there? Small update. No one is dying upstairs. My father just likes embellishing literally everything. Looks like you guys struck up a good conversation while I was gone, though. Let's take a look. Happy people still play some disc games, and yes, yeah, I'm just glad to still have the hardware and it still works, to be honest with you. It's nice because it lets me, you know, play all this old nostalgic stuff, so. And play it on the same hardware that I did in my childhood, too, so. Yeah, this game's soundtrack has got a lot of cool, underrated pieces, so. You grew up playing these games, but for some reason haven't had anyone pop up when you type into search, but you're glad you found this and can't wait for all the adventures. Yep, we have, basically we're at the final boss gauntlet, but I decided to get a few levels before we went ahead and did that, because this is where we're at right now in terms of levels. So, and once we get everybody in the team to level 50, I'm going to actually use battle mode to get some Poke Coupons so I can get a bunch of TMs from the coupon exchange counter down in the lobby of Mount Battle. So that's our plan for right now before we go tackle the final boss gauntlet, so. But then, of course, there is the post-game that we still have to do as well, so you'll be able to join us for those adventures too. So we've still got probably, I want to say like 2.5 weeks more of streams of this, so that's probably 6 or 7 more streams of this before we're all done, so we still got quite a ways to go. You wish getting 15k coupons wasn't so much of a pain. Oh my god, in this game it's so much of a pain. Like I said when we started this whole thing, it's like how your math teachers in school would be like, okay, so here's calculus, but before we learn it the easy way, you have to learn it the hard way. And earning Poke Coupons in Colosseum is the hard way. In XD, they give you a lot more options to earn them the easy way, and we will abuse those maliciously if I'm going to do anything in Or Colosseum, but yeah, this is the hard way. So, now let me put my jacket on. The air conditioner just kicked in. I had to do a double take for a second there. I was turned away from the screen, and it took Wormhole a hot second to die from that brick break, so I turned around, I was like, what the fuck? It lived a brick break? No, it did not. But it would have been funny if it did. And I would have just KO'd it next turn, but still. I've been like, whoa! What's the easy way in the first game? If you find it, let me know, because I would like to know, so. But yeah, it looks like by the time we're done with Area 3, we'll be at level 50 with everybody, so. Because Espeon will get there in the next battle, and then I can bring Flygon in, and it'll get there in probably the next couple of battles. And then we've got Plusle and we've got Quillfish to finish up, and they've got about, I think, 2/3 of a level each, and then they're done, so. We'll see. Oh, good. Curlia and also Curlia. Fun. Got some baile dancers here. This is not how you say that. Let's see. So we got Trace for Guts. Okay, so you only have 2, so I can leave Espeon in for one of them. I don't want to leave Heracross in because Curlia gets Psychic at 26. That is scary. So let's not leave him in on that. Leave her in on that. I'm sorry, I keep misgendering my Heracross. Again, I blame the Staghorn. I don't know, game. That looked pretty effective to me. It's not very effective, but it's effective enough. So that's fine. I don't know what the extra effect is here, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. Because this battle is basically over, so. That's why you pointed out the Staghorn. You're so thrown off. Oh, I know. You'd think I would be, you know, I'd just look at the gender symbol right next to their name, but most of the time I'm looking at the Pokemon model rather than the gender up in their name there, you know. So, okay, Espeon's level 50. Heracross is level 50. Good, that was a lot of experience right there. And Flygon is getting closer, so that's good. I think what I'll do is I'll have Flygon and Quillfish go in, and I'll get Flygon to 50 with them. Like, I'll take the experience share away from Heracross now, obviously. But, yeah, I'll let them go in. And, okay, so we'll take this from you. We'll give you Black Belt back. There you go. because Quillfish gets less experience than Plusle does, so if I switch Flygon in and let it get to 50 on this, Quillfish will get a little bit of a buffer, so that way it's a little ahead of Plusle, more so than it is now, and then they'll get to 50 at about the same time, hopefully. Yeah, level ups, nice. Yeah, we're working our way there. We're almost to level 50 with everybody. And if you get a little over just barely getting to 50, don't worry about it too much. You just don't want anyone to get to 51, because if you get anyone to 51, you're screwed. You got to go back to the save point, and you have to repeat all the work that you just did. So this is also one of the games that you can't just skip through so fast. You actually have to play some of it or all of it to beat the game, and it's very rewarding, yes. Yeah, and they don't exactly give you, like, a lot of Pokemon that you can just skip through the whole game with either, you know what I mean? Like, they give you a good selection, but it's not incredible. It's just enough often to get through the game, so the game ends up being fairly challenging, which I appreciate. You don't always get a challenge out of some of the Pokemon games. I personally haven't gotten a lot of a challenge out of the more recent ones, honestly. Like, not even Sun and Moon, and that's surprising, because Sun and Moon have EV-trained Pokemon that the trainers have in their teams, so you'd think it would be more challenging, but it just, honestly, it just wasn't for me. So it's nice to go back to these older ones where it actually is challenging because of the different battle styles and because of the lack of selection, and being able to actually get challenged from the game somewhat. What a novel concept. Okay, Flygon's 50, there's 4 special attack in 1 level. Probably from switching him in on those Kirlia, because they give 2 special attack EVs per Kirlia, so that helps quite a bit. But yeah, we got 5 special attack on 1 level. Thing's gonna have over 250 special attack if you get to 100. Oh, probably. Probably true. It would be nice if there was more selection, but honestly, I mean, in Colosseum, the selection's a little bit low. But in XD, I actually like the selection of Pokemon that are available in XD. There's like 100 and... If you count the evolutions and everything, there's like 130 Pokemon that you can get in XD, so that's not too bad. That's a pretty solid selection of Pokemon, all things considered, so... Alright, so yeah, we got about an 1100 experience buffer. Plusle will probably get that because of the boost, so... We'll just have to see when it gets that, because the Pokemon here are starting to give a little more experience now that they're a little closer to our levels. We'll have to see how this all goes. I might have to switch around a little bit to make sure everybody stays at 50 before I clear this area. So. Hey, you actually have to use your brain. Holy crap, who knew? I know. What a novel concept. I'm going to play XD, yeah. I'm probably going to play something else after I'm done with Colosseum before I play XD. I like to do that where I'll play like an RPG, and then I'll play like an action game in between, just as a sort of refresher. So I'm not just playing RPGs back to back to back, because for me it'd get a little old. So after a while, I'd want to play an action game anyway. So I figure if I alternate, it usually works pretty okay for me. So yeah, 130 isn't as impressive. I know, 18 years later, yeah, not so much, but I mean, for the time, I'd take it, you know. It's almost a third at the time of release. Right, exactly. But compared to the 800-something we have now, not so many. Oh, no, you're fine, Bendewald. It's no big deal. I get through chat slowly because I like to read each one and respond to as many of them as I can. So feel free to chat it up, though, because, I mean, I'm not doing anything on screen that requires a significant amount of my brain right now, so I can get through them slowly and we'll be fine. So feel free to chat it up. You're good. Play your recommended RPGs. Suffer with me. One of these days. I still have to get around to East Origin. One of these days. I gotta get back to doing the stream suggestions at some point. Again, I haven't exactly figured out how I want to do them yet. My best plan so far with the stream suggestions was that thing I was talking about before, where we do like a potluck with people's channel points that they rack up for being in chat, and they can basically add to the potluck, and after the whole community adds a certain amount, then I'll do a suggestion. So that's my best bet in terms of like how I think I want to do it. I just need to figure out if that's going to be... I want to make sure it can't be abused by anybody, you know, like let's say because like the only thing I can think is like, okay, so I play a suggestion that's on the list, and then all the people that made that suggestion will be in chat for that part, so they'll generate a lot of channel points, and then they'll put more into the potluck, and then because basically it's almost like a snowball rolling downhill at that point, right? Like the people will see their suggestion being played, and they'll be like, oh cool, my suggestion is being played, I'll be in chat for that. So then they'll get a lot of channel points, and then other people who may want to see a different suggestion played will not get as many channel points, so they won't get their suggestion played as quickly. So yeah, I have to figure out like the logistics of the whole thing before I do it, but one of these days I'll figure it out. I want to get through these GameCube projects first, though. I'm kind of trying to shore up all of my older projects, essentially. Like, obviously I want to do all the GameCube stuff, but in addition to all the GameCube stuff, I also want to do, I want to finish up my old Mass Effect playthrough, whether I finish it by playing Mass Effect 2 and 3, or if I finish it by playing Andromeda, I'm not sure yet. But I want to finish that. I want to play Final Fantasy 2, because I've been talking about playing that for, like, forever, and I haven't gotten around to it yet. What else? Probably want to finish up playing 14, if we're going to finish it at Shadowbringers. I want to play Pyre, because I've been talking about Pyre. Maybe I haven't been talking about Pyre a lot on screen lately, but I talked about it a lot on release, or rather when I played it. And it's a pretty solid game, and it won't take too long to beat it, so I want to play that. I've been waiting for other friends to play it, and they haven't been playing it, and I'm sick of it. So, I'll play it myself. And then I actually want to go back to Journey one more time before I never play it again, because Journey was a pretty cool little indie game when I played it way back in 2012. Hell, if we play it next year, it'll be its 10th anniversary, so we'll figure it out. Yeah, Skyrim challenge, you won't! Oh, I'll play Skyrim one of these days, Bendewald. I've got something special planned for when I play Skyrim, so it's gonna be a long stream through, though. I'll tell you what, that game will take me a while to beat. So, with all the stuff I have planned to do in it. No one's taking the bait. Not even that. You've suggested a ton of RPGs to make people look them up and try games that are super hard on their face, but get easier the longer you play them. Oh, and no one's taking the bait from that. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, one of these days I'll get to some of them. So, I'll let you know when I get to them. You'll just overrule the first one with almost 100k points in the pot because you're sitting at 97.7. I like your streams, as you know. I can see that. I can see that for sure. So, you have competition. Only 97.7k. You have a little over 150k. Would you sabotage your suggestion? Who knows? Oh boy. Well, I mean, with a lot of the veterans in chat, they'll have a lot of channel points, so they might make it. It might make it more interesting because there are so many people that have lots of channel points, because they're here pretty often, so. Do it once a month for the potluck, and it can't be the same game with all the points. Would that be okay? Yeah, well, the once a month thing, I think, is actually built into the way that the potluck works, because I think what you do with it is you set a goal. So, like, my goal, based on the number of channel points people earn and how long the streams were, I did some math a while ago. And based on that, the potluck would be about 16 or 17,000 channel points total. And people would have to contribute, like, across everyone, basically. So, like, people can contribute 10, people could contribute 10,000, it doesn't matter. As long as you contribute that within 30 days, it works. But if you don't reach the goal within 30 days, I think Twitch resets the potluck and you have to do it again. So it's like a month-by-month thing, like, built into it. So, yeah, that part would work, and actually that's probably how I would do it, because that's how Twitch has it set up. So, but yeah, the you know, it can't be the same game with all the points, and it can't be, like, the same genre. I could probably bake that into it as well, so. But it's a plan. I just need to implement it. And I don't want to implement it until I'm done with all these older projects that I'm shoring up, because, well, if I did that, it would take me longer to shore up the older projects. And specifically with the GameCube games, it's not so bad when it's like other games, like when I get to the PS4 stuff or the PC stuff. Then I can kind of, you know, I can turn on the potluck and it won't be a big deal. But with the GameCube games specifically, it was the same as with the PS2 games I played a little while ago. I want to make sure that I beat them before the hardware dies on me, you know, because, I mean, I could play them on an emulator after that, but if I have the hardware, I might as well use it, you know. And the hardware's old at this point, so I don't want to like run the risk of it not working after a certain amount of time, you know. So, are we even gonna make it to 50 on Plusle and Quillfish? Because how many battles we got left? 3? Well, no, with the area leader, we probably will. So, hey, TJP3, you raided me with 17 raiders. Thank you, sir or ma'am. Appreciate it. That's a lot of raiders. Thanks for coming, everybody. And we got Nick Pickett in this chat as well. Welcome. Yeah, man the battle stations. We've been raided. Oh boy, I didn't hear my my raid notification go off, so I didn't even know that happened. But thank you. That's a lot of raiders. I appreciate everybody coming in. We are in the middle of our challenge in Mount Battle, so that I can give everybody an idea of where we are. I'm trying to get my whole team to level 50 at the moment, because that way I can use battle mode to get some Poke Coupons so I can get a bunch of cool TMs. But in terms of where we are in the story, we are approximately at the final boss gauntlet. I have a couple of trainers to fight before that, but we're basically there to the point where if I went there now, it would take about 1 full stream, which for me is about 2.5 hours each day. It would take about 1 full stream to get to the final boss from here, so... that Geodude spooks me, but Surf should take care of it, so... Oh, it didn't go off, really? Oh my god. Streamlabs, why? I have a cool notification sound effect and everything, Streamlabs. Why you betray me? Faulty alarms will get us all captured or killed. Yeah, probably. Oh boy. That's funny, though. Yeah, I got a cool sound effect that plays when I get raided, or is supposed to play when I get raided. It's like the, it's from the Gilgamesh battle theme in Final Fantasy V that plays. It's a little section of it. But it didn't go off, so that's unfortunate. Ooh. Gotta watch, that makes a big sound on the mic. Okay, so we have 1 battle left in this area, and Plusle and Quillfish need... Well, they might make it. Plusle will probably make it because of the boosted experience, but Quillfish might not. It's okay if it doesn't, because I'll probably just suspend my challenge and, like, I don't know, go fight somebody in Dueling Square. I'll go pick on Divil again. Because that was always fun. And then once they're all level 50, we can just register them, and then we'll be good to keep going with our challenge, so... We probably won't get through Area 5 today, though. We'll probably only get to, like, through Area 4, honestly. Snazzy sound choice. Why am I bullying Divil so much? I don't know. The man gives a lot of special attack EVs. What can I do, you know? If he's going to give me all of that, I might as well take advantage of it. I should probably set up a rain dance, because probably most of our team's going to be weak to electricity, but, I mean, they're low level, so I don't think it's a big deal. Excuse me. Sorry, Lunch is attacking again. Yeah, these guys don't have the special defense to really live through all this stuff, so I think we'll be okay. I'm not maxed on EVs. Who would I be maxed on? If I'm maxed on anyone in terms of EVs at this point, it would be... Espeon and Umbreon would be maxed. I don't think Plusle and Quillfish are quite there yet, though they're probably pretty close. And Heracross and Flygon are just starting on their EVs at this point, because we just caught them not too long ago, so... But I don't think we're quite maxed out on everybody just yet. We'll get there, but it's going to take a little bit, so... Goldine, I don't know if you have Lightning Rod this gen, but if you did, it doesn't really matter, because you're dead anyway, so... Okay, Plusle's level 50. Good. And Quillfish is almost there. Watch it be like a sliver or something, like a sliver away. Probably what's going to happen. Quillfish is going to suffer from a top 10 anime death at the end of this fight. Because he will die an anime death when he just barely doesn't make it to level 50. So. Okay, hang on. So what does he need to be at 50? Let's see. He needs... Okay, 274. No, we'll get that from a Surskit. That's not unfeasible. Or at least not as unfeasible as I thought it would be. Was this supposed to be a water area? You never understood the theming around battle. I don't think it was supposed to be a water area in full. I think it's just like each area leader has a specific type that they prefer. Almost like a gym leader, I guess. But the rest of the trainers, because the ore region has a low, like... Oh no, we're not going to make it, yeah. 70 experience away, 72. Thanks, Quillfish. I should have given you the EXP share. Oh well. But, yeah, because the Ore region has such a scarcity of Pokemon, sometimes it's not feasible for everyone in the area to be a water trainer, you know? So, alright, let's grab our Poke Coupons and then we'll suspend our challenge. We'll come back after we get Quillfish to 50. Because otherwise I'll just be going to the 31st zone and then turning right back around after that, so. Ask this to everyone you talk to, even in real life. What's my favorite game, if not favorite 3 games? So Marie's, yeah, favorite game is Golden Sun. There's no debate there. For me, it's hard for me to list a single game as my favorite game, because I would probably list the Mass Effect trilogy as my favorite single game. Like, I couldn't really separate those 3. The original Mass Effect trilogy would probably be my favorite game, if I could list all 3 of them as one game. If I had to pick a single game to be my favorite, I would probably say Mega Man X, like the OG 1993? 92? Whenever Mega Man X came out, but that one. So, would be my personal pick if I had to pick one game. But, I don't know. I like the Mass Effect trilogy a little more than Mega Man X, so. Then again, I've played Mega Man X like 25 times or 30 times in my life, so. Okay, so here's how it works. If you suspend your challenge like this, Abra will take you back, but you can start your challenge from whatever area is the next area after the one you've cleared. So, once we come back, we will be able to start from Area 4. So that will go from there. Alright, let's do this. We'll save real quick. We'll go find a fight to fight. And then we will, we'll go register in battle mode after that. 400 coupons. Remember why you hated getting TMs in this game? Yeah, it's not exactly easy. Have ever played Metroid for the Wii? I've played Metroid Prime on the GameCube. I never finished it, but I have played it. But I've never played any of the Metroid games for the Wii. I think Prime came out with a trilogy on the Wii, if I remember correctly. But I don't own it personally, and I have never finished Prime 1. I heard it was a pretty good game, though, all things considered. I just haven't played it and finished it for myself, that's all. You finished Golden Sun 26 times in your life. Do you get to play it again to explain things to people? I mean, I can see... It would make sense that you could do that, yeah, to explain it to people. Alright, so Plusle, I don't think there's any way in hell that you're gonna get to... level 51, even if we fight Divil again over here. Because, like, their levels are in the mid-30s, so it'll probably be fine. So we'll just do this. Hey, Divil, long time no see. Want to fight again? This guy will never live this down. Oh, boy. Oh, his levels went up a little bit, actually, I think. No, never mind. I was thinking of somebody else who's gotten, like, 35, 36. I think Diogo's Pokemon are, like, 35 or 36, but I think Divil's are at this level no matter what, so... So we won't KO the Seadra this turn at all, but I guess I can get rid of the Psyduck and then just start working on the Seadra. Still has low special defense, so you should be able to work it over pretty good with pretty much any special attack. Run 27, you guys want to see a GBA game that thinks it's a PS1 game? It did do a lot with the graphics in Golden Sun, that's for sure. So, alright, Quillfish is 50. Good stats, all things considered. I mean, it's not exactly the best Pokemon out there, so I'll take it. I think I'd like it. It's more hands-on, obviously, but if done slowly and with patience, it's really fun. And I can play a game slowly and with patience, so yeah, I think I'd enjoy it. You personally interested? Look up some gameplay. I think it's underrated like most games nowadays. This one is heavily underrated. Pokemon Colosseum is underrated. Yeah, I would say that both the Metroid games and Colosseum are fairly underrated nowadays. And really, it's just because a lot of people just haven't played these ones, honestly. It's because the games are older, so the audience for them has all either played it or they're playing something more recent, you know what I mean? Like, Metroid maybe not so much because there aren't really a lot of more recently released Metroid games, but for Pokemon, there's a lot of competition for people who may not have played these games on release, you know? So. Alright, but that takes care of that. We got Quillfish to level 50. And now, let me see. Let's switch the team to look like the OG here. There we go. Now they're in, well, not capture order. Technically, capture order would be this, but I like Plusle up here because it has the same energy as, like, Espeon, Umbreon. Plusle is the faster, more frail one. Quillfish is a little frail, but less frail than Plusle, and, you know, it does more area damage. Excuse me. Okay. So that takes care of that. And now, I'm going to go heal and save at Mount Battle, and then we're going to go over into battle mode real quick. I'll just do it right here on screen. I'll just reset the game, but I'll do it on screen so we can see what I want to do so that I can register my Pokemon so they're ready to go. Oh, you got the 460 battle points? Nice. Or not battle points, channel points. Nice. Yeah, it gets you access to that new emote. Yep, you got the mono thonking emoji unlocked. It's a fun little emoji. I thought of it in my spare time a while ago. Better than just putting a thonking emoji, I guess, you know. So. But congrats. Congrats on your new emote. Alright, we're healed. Everybody's got an item. I don't think Plusle will ever actually use the Lepa Berry that it's got, but whatever, it's fine. And obviously the team is more structured for double battles, but I might do more single battle stuff in battle mode. We're gonna see. Let me reset the Wii real quick so we can go to battle mode. I wonder if this game has a soft reset button. I've never tried. It's probably just like LR Z start or something like, I don't know. So. There is no magnet in this game, unfortunately. No, if you want a magnet, you have to import it from a different game. That is sad. And I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because there's no Magneton or anything to catch, but I don't know, give it to a different electric type. Like, give it to Fluffy or something, you know, like, whatever. It's just holding a magnet, who cares? You know, maybe it's just an accessory. So, they do get robbed. It sucks. Okay, so, battle mode has two modes. We've got Battle Now, which is a quick battle using preset Pokemon. We don't want that. We want Colosseum Battle. You can battle alone or with others with Pokemon that you, yourself, have raised. So, we got Solo Battle or Gang Battle. Of course, the game with a bunch of shady characters in a region that looks like Mad Max would have gang battles. Phrasing, guys. Anyway, Solo Battle is what we want. And what we want to do is we want to register our Pokemon. So, you can register your story mode team or a GBA team. Now, the important part to remember here is that if you register a GBA team, all of the Poke Coupons that you get in battle mode will go to the GBA cartridge rather than stay on the console. So that's why I wanted to make sure my Pokemon were level 50, so that way I could register them like this. And that's a team I used to test, don't worry about that. That's from the old Emerald cartridge that I was talking about a little earlier. But now that we've registered our team from the story mode, all of the Poke Coupons that we get here in battle mode, as long as we use that team, will stay on the disc. So, yeah, so basically that'll allow me to, let's say, go into Colosseum Battle and do any and all of these level 50 challenges here. And I can grind up Poke Coupons in them. So I'll just give you a little quick rundown. I don't know if I'll do these on screen or not, but little quick rundown. So Phaenax Stadium, level 50. Single and double battle. The trainer levels are the same. I mean, all of them are level 50, but most of the Pokemon are basically fully unevolved Pokemon, so it shouldn't be too hard to get through those. Even in single and double battle, it doesn't particularly matter. They're really easy. And if you beat either of the modes, so single or double battle in this case, you'll get 500 Poke Coupons for clearing a series of 8 trainers. Pyrite Colosseum is probably the most level-efficient one for getting Poke Coupons because the Pokemon are a little harder, but you should still be able to handle them with a story mode team. And you get 1,000 Poke Coupons for clearing a series of 8 battles. The Under Colosseum, you get an even greater reward. You get 1,500 coupons for clearing a series of 8 battles. But the Pokemon are more difficult and use more meta strategies. So it becomes a little bit trickier to clear the Under battles consistently, especially with a team from story mode that doesn't have all of its good TMs yet. So yeah, that's why I probably will mostly stick to Phaenac and Pyrite Colosseum. Probably exclusively Pyrite, because if you clear that 12 times, I'll have enough coupons to buy everything. So... But, yeah, so that's the plan. Basically, off-screen, in between this stream and the next one, I'm going to go do a bunch of these battles here. Just do them over and over again to get a bunch of coupons. if you get your Pokemon to level 100, you can also go into Tower Colosseum, which we have not seen yet, but this is in Rogam Tower. And, I mean, you can go in with level 50 Pokemon, but you'll get destroyed, so don't do that. But there's a couple of other ones that you can unlock by doing these. So, like, once you clear these 3, you can unlock one here that's also level 50. And once you clear this one, you can unlock one here that's also level 100. I won't be doing that on screen, though. The only part that I'll be doing on screen, maybe, is showing off, like, Phanex Stadium or Pyrite Coliseum. I'm still not sure about that, though, and if I did, that'll probably be on the next episode. But we're not going to call it quits just yet. We're going to go and do some more story mode stuff. So let me load this up. You saw Littlefoot brought... Yeah, that's from the old Pokemon Versus playthrough that we did on my YouTube channel quite a long time ago. I think it's been almost 10 years at this point, so... Remember that team? Good. It was good times, yeah. Unintentional hype seeing that old team. You want to see the battles? Yeah, I can do the battles in Phanex Stadium and Pyrite Coliseum on screen. I'll just show them off for the next one. At the beginning of next stream, I'll show them off, basically, and then we'll start from there. So, you enjoy the battles? Well, then yeah, I'll show them off. That's fine. 8 battles. They really wanted to pad out the playtime in older games. Actually, you know what might not be a bad idea? Because we've got about 20 minutes left before I usually want to call it a day, let's do Phanex Stadium right now, actually, and get a few more Poke Coupons, because that'll get us over the hump from the 400. We got 400 just now, so we would get 600 in Area 4 once we clear it. So, but if we get 500 from doing Phanex Stadium now, that'll actually get us over the hump that we would be at otherwise, so... Why not? Let's do this one now. We'll do double battles because my team is built for double battles because... Oh, okay, that's not the team that I was registering. Okay, hold on. Back up, let's do this. There we go. I don't know why it... Current party will be deleted. Yes, I want it to be deleted. There we go. Now they're registered. I didn't do it correctly. There. Okay, let's try that again. Now let's go here, and now we can challenge this with our team of 6, so there we go. But yeah, keep this team registered, basically. Ideally, you don't want to level up past 50 until you get all the Poke Coupons you want, so that way it's, you can do this to get more Poke Coupons, you know? You personally enjoy them, you know not everyone likes it, so if you don't want to, you don't have to. No, you're not dictating anything, don't worry about it, because my original plan, anyway, was to show off at least one of the fights in Phanex Stadium, like one of the sets, and one of the sets in Pyrite Coliseum anyway in the battle mode, just to show you, here's what I'm going to do when I go do the grinding. So, yeah, I was going to do it anyway, so don't worry about it. My water's down here now. Alright, so what do we got? So it's just like in the old stadium games in battle mode here. You have, you'll bring 6 Pokemon, but you can only bring 3 or 4 of them, depending on which battle you're doing. Let's see here. Mostly grass and bug types, so I don't have a lot of like fire, flying, or rock moves to use. So I guess I'll just bring like Espeon's good. Heracross will probably be okay. It has a resistance. Plusle won't do too bad. And I guess I'll just bring Flygon, mostly for neutral hits. It's not going to matter too much because we should be able to knock these out pretty easily. So. You totally could have revived your old Pokemon. Wait, is that a form of cloning? It's too bad that my old team from Emerald ended up being higher than level 50. Because once you get them above level 50, like you saw there, they can't actually challenge the level 50 content. They don't adjust the levels up like they do in the stadium games when your Pokemon are higher than that level. You just can't challenge it at all. So you end up having to train an entirely new team in order to challenge this stadium. Which I said, you know what, okay, so I'm already raising a team because I'm going to be raising a team for the actual story mode, so I'll just use that team, whatever. But, excuse me, yeah, I don't know, it's just, it's a little extra work, but we'll figure it out. Also, a remix of the Ruby Sapphire Emerald battle theme is in this one, so, excuse me again. I think there's also a remix of the Gym Leader theme, if I remember right, near the end, so. Good lord, Lunch is attacking again. But yeah, this one won't be too hard. I think the Pokemon are, I mean, they're at the same level that you are, so I guess they've probably got decent IVs, but I don't know. It's not really something that I particularly care about. We'll be able to flatten them all with Espeon Psychic anyway, unless they're a Dark type. So, Like, I don't even care that C-Dot seeded me. Like, whatever. I'm gonna knock it out this turn anyway. So. But yeah, these 8 battles should take us through the rest of the stream then. So. Incidentally, though, I think I need to go check on something upstairs to see if, because Cole's going to be coming home from work pretty soon, and he basically has to come home and eat and then immediately go do something. So I might have to go check and see if his dinner is in the oven for him, because he's eating separate food from what we're eating. And if it's not in, I think I have to go throw it in. So I probably should have done that on my break, but it would have been cold by the time he got home, so. I'm gonna go see, actually, after a couple of battles here, if it's in or not. It would have been funny if this kid, being polite in the first battle, all of a sudden he's just like, God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfucker! Just like, whoa, kid, okay. Oh yeah, and if you clear without having any of your Pokemon faints, you get a continue from each battle, so. That could help out. Not that we really need it all that badly here, but, you know. Alright, so Flygon can run a train against most of this team, so I think we'll do Umbreon Flygon, because Umbreon helps with Spoink and Spoink only. We'll bring Espeon along for the fun of it. And Qwilfish does pretty good here, too. So. Get a little helping hand action going on a Surf, maybe? If they even manage to get through Umbreon and Flygon, which I kind of doubt they will. But, well, you know. So yeah, I guess in this case what I'll do is I'll do the Phanex Stadium battle here, so this will get us up to like, what, 1,100 coupons? And then off-screen, between this stream and the next stream, I'll do a whole bunch of stuff in Pyrite Colosseum. I might even clear the single battles in Phanex Stadium as well. And next time when we come back, first thing we'll do is we'll do the double battles section in Pyrite Colosseum. I'll do it on screen so everybody can see it. And then by that point, we should have basically all the Poke Coupons that I want, so then we can just go from there, essentially. And Earthquake is not going to do anything more than neutral damage to Trapinch, but well, it's fine. Umbreon can take it and then just knock it out if it survives. It did not. Okay, good. Because that Numel is definitely not going to survive, or Numel, however you want to say it. I don't know. Again, the further along in the generations we go, the less of a certainty I have for actually stating the names of these Pokemon. I'm like, wait a minute, why is this a different team from what I'm looking at? Because I've got the strategy guide open. But I'm looking at single battle teams rather than the double battle teams, so that will not help me. Umbreon, why don't you just snatch and then Flygon can take care of the rest. Okay. What can I anticipate seeing from here? Something didn't die. Oh no, that was Umbreon, never mind. I was gonna say, wait a minute, did Grimer not faint from that? But no, it did. It did. EQ, it's too strong! Everything looks like it hurts so much. Yeah, Earthquake hits pretty hard in this game. So. But yeah, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could just do Phanex Stadium to get your Poke Coupons there. It's just, it's a little slower. I mean, it's a lot safer, obviously, because the Pokemon here are just really weak. I mean, look, we're fighting a bunch of baby Pokemon right now, basically, so yeah, it's almost a slaughter fest, basically, for us, but yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna go to the Pyrite Colosseum to do it, and I think because, I mean, the Pokemon are a little tougher, but we should still be able to handle them without too much trouble, so. Flygon again. Flygon will just run a train over everything, basically. And then Qwilfish has Protect. So that's not a bad idea. Espeon. Actually, hang on. How do I cancel? There we go. Let's do Heracross, Espeon, and Qwilfish. Yeah, something didn't die, as if everything else on the field was supposed to die with EQ. I mean, I'm anticipating it, I guess. My brain is just like, wait a minute, something lived with EQ? It was super effective. What do you mean? Oh boy. Alright, well anyway. It's going to be 3 battles down once we're done with this one, which shouldn't take very long, so... So Igglybuff will die to an Earthquake. Heracross can clean up whatever lives. I'm pretty sure Azurill will also faint to an Earthquake. So I'm just gonna break it in case, but yeah. And again, I don't think the IVs are all that incredible here either. I mean, they might have perfect ones, I don't know, but I don't think they do. Because if they had perfect ones, they'd be living some of these, so... But I think the further along you go in the challenges, like by the time you get to the final Colosseum challenges in battle mode, they probably do have like perfect IVs and competitive EVs and all of that stuff, so yeah. But not now. At this point, they're probably just really weak on purpose because, you know, it makes it easier for you to clear right through it, just whip through it in a few minutes like we're doing here, so. I know you just said it, but those are literal baby Pokemon, I know. And I'm slaughtering them with Earthquakes and Dragon Breath and Brick Break. They need to be taught a lesson in the difference in our strength. Oh, poor Togepi. Always makes me a little sad when you watch Togepi's fainting animation, too. Like, it gets all... It looks like it's ready to cry, and then it runs away, and then it falls flat on its face. And it's just like, oh man, I feel bad for the little guy. I'm just going to Earthquake because I know that at the very least I won't get paralyzed. Like, see what I mean? And then it falls on its face. It's like, oh man. Now I feel mean. I feel like a bully. And again, I've been bullying Divil the whole game, so I guess that's not really a shock. So. Alright, next battle. Oh, Plusle's going to run a train over this next team. Oh my god. It's like all electric, or not electric, all water and flying types. You are a bully. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I've been playing as a bit of a bully the whole game, yeah. So, you only felt like a bully now? Well, no, I felt like a bully multiple times, I guess, so. Shouldn't second guess myself on that one. The animation played out in your head as I was describing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I figured it would be just about. Well, the flying types kind of spook Heracross a little bit. Plusle's my first one, obviously. I guess I'll just go with Espeon because it hits hard. And Umbreon, just in case for some reason I need a physical attack against Tentacool. And also Flygon because Earthquake. Just give me Earthquake. Okay, so if we do this one and I do single battle off screen, I'll be at 1,600 coupons. So if I do Pyrite Colosseum and then I go back to Mount Battle, let's see, we're gonna get 22, 3,000, 38, 47, 5,600 from the rest of Mount Battle before we... So if we just do like the Phanex Stadium stuff, I'll get to 5,600, so I'll need to do 6 rounds in Pyrite Colosseum to get to 11,600 off screen, and then on screen I'll do one more, so that way I get to the 12,600 by the time we're all done. So we probably won't be able to buy all of our TMs when I first get back next time, but we'll probably be able to get a couple of them. So, and then we'll get the last one as we go along in Mount Battle. Probably the order of operations here, as I'm probably going to buy Flamethrower for Flygon first, then I'm going to buy Ice Beam for Quillfish after that, and then I'm going to buy Thunderbolt for Plusle, because Flamethrower and Ice Beam will both be very useful in the final battle, because there are a couple of Pokemon that we can fight in the final battle that are quad weak to them. And in addition to that, Plusle already has Spark, and it's not as good, obviously, as that there Thunderbolt, but it does well enough for him to get us by until we get Thunderbolt. So. Even though he's almost dead. Good lord. Apparently these Pokemon hit kind of hard, but then again my defense is abysmal, so... On Flustle. Excuse me. If I want him to take any physical hits at all, I basically have to keep Reflect up. Which, I mean, is fine. I had that planned as a strategy for my team anyway, is to liberally abuse Reflect and Light Screen, but... Oh. Next battle, looks like Heracross does pretty good. And so does... probably Umbreon. I'll let Heracross and Umbreon give it a shot, so... How long have I been streaming? So, do you mean today, or do you mean overall? Today I've been streaming for about 2 hours and 45 minutes at this point, and usually that's about the upper limit that I go to. I'm just going to finish this little thing out, and then we'll be done today. So I usually stream for between 2.5 and 3 hours. In terms of streaming overall, I have been streaming fairly continuously, with a few breaks in between, since 2017, the end of 2017, so we'll be at our 4th year we'll be over with by the time although I've taken a few breaks, so it won't really be, it'll be more like 3 years by the time the end of this year comes around, so. People like you gave Game Freak the idea to make the light clay. I mean, probably, yeah. Made dual screen setters online. It gets a little annoying, that's for sure. And people don't run Brick Break nearly as often as they used to back when these games came out, so. Hey, thanks for the bit there, Bendewald. Appreciate it. Yeah, so overall, I've been streaming for, you could say 4 years at this point, but it's probably closer to 3, with all the breaks that I've taken. And I like it. I enjoy it quite a bit. It's one of the main problems I used to have when I was doing more like edited videos for playthroughs over on my YouTube channel was that I couldn't get the content out very quickly, because for a half an hour long video of a game, it would take my internet approximately like 8 hours to upload that to YouTube. So I could do maybe like one of those every 3 or 4 days and be okay, because I would record it and then edit it a different day, and then I'd have to leave the computer on the whole day to upload it. So yeah, I couldn't really get the content out very quickly. But with Twitch, I can stream for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and like 2-3 times a week. Sometimes even I've done 4 times a week. And all of the uploading is done between Twitch's servers and YouTube servers. It doesn't take my internet connection into account at all. So it uploads like way faster than it would if I was doing it. So I like it quite a bit. Not just for the logistics though. I mean, I enjoy talking to people, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't make as much, commentated content on the internet. So the people have been cool. The streams have been cool so far, and yeah, it lets me get the content out a lot faster than I would otherwise, so. Yeah, Brick Break is a little underrated in these later generations. There are just a lot of better fighting type moves now. A lot of people run close combat or something instead. But it's like, I still like Brick Break, just in case you get those screen setters, Why run Brick Break when there's other things that are just as or more valuable? Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're a slower Pokemon, run Vital Throw or Revenge. If you're a faster Pokemon, you might as well run close combat. So, yeah. This battle, the trainer is using Pokemon that makes sense. She's using fighting types and, some hardier Mountaineer Pokemon. I guess it would make more sense if she was a hiker, but whatever. Espeon does good here. Heracross does good here. Quillfish does good against Phanpy and Geodude. And I guess I'll bring Flygon because I like to live dangerously, so. Yeah, you run CC, closed captions. For sure. That was something I always thought about doing with some of my edited videos as well, was getting closed captions up on them. If I ever did more of them, I probably would try to get closed captions on them. Just for accessibility purposes over on YouTube, I think it would be a good idea. So. Alright, so Espeon can probably KO the actually, yeah, definitely KO the Teddiursa with a Psychic. I mean, it's boosted by Twisted Spoon, it's boosted by its 150-something special attack. It's a Teddiursa, like it's not... Actually, no, I'm going to do it on Geodude because Heracross can hit Teddiursa or Geodude super effectively, but Teddiursa has less defense, so... And Geodude has less special defense. This makes more sense. But 2 more battles after this, and then we'll call it a day. So probably in the next, like, 5 minutes or so, we'll call it a day. And this will give us a chance, however, to check and make sure that the Poke Coupons transfer over to my save file on the actual, what's it called? To my actual save file over on the thing there, in story mode. That's what I'm going for. I was grasping for a second. Phanpy will probably live a brick break. It's pretty tanky. So, might still be on here and there, but you got a daughter to go feed dinner to. Alright, there, Bendewald. Thanks for coming, I appreciate it. You go take care of your daughter. We'll probably only be here, like I said, for another 5 minutes or so. And then we'll be back on Saturday for more, so take care. We'll see ya. Alright, so that's that, and this is this, and roll out, but that's fine. Because it'll do like 2 damage. Okay, that did a little more than 2 damage. Oh yeah, Defense Girl, duh. So it gets the same amount of power as it would have on the second rollout. Alright, next battle. Umbreon looks like a good choice. And I was going to say Flygon too, but there's quite a few Pokemon in the next battle that are either flying types or have Levitate, so probably Flygon won't do so hot. Quillfish might not be bad though. We'll try that out. And I mean, at this point we have so many continues that I'm not even worried about it, you know? We'll be fine. If you need to turn the game off too, you can always turn the game off by hitting the suspend option, and then you can hit the continue option, and that'll let you resume from where you left off, so it's not too bad. Let's see, Quillfish. I'll bring Plusle for Hoot Hoot and Natu, because why not? And then I'll bring Heracross for, I don't know, Houndour, I guess. Excuse me. Oh, you gave your 14 character glasses? Why the hell are those level 50 crafts? I don't know. It's a good question. It seems like it would kind of suck for other people, you know, if you can't... Well, I mean, there are glasses that you can equip, but they're only equipable by Disciples of Magic, if I remember correctly. And they're not nearly as good looking as the level 50 crafted ones. Bendewald, thanks for the bit there. I appreciate it. Every little bit will help. That's for sure. Actually, we're doing pretty good. I need to check my my total amount of donations counter at some point here, because with Drum's 3 Tier 1 subscriptions that he gifted, and then with... we've been getting a few bits here and there, so we might be already up about 1/5 of the way done to the next point. So that's pretty good. You got too realistic with them. You were looking at them and judging the frames you wanted, just like in real life. Yeah, that's fair. Gotta pick the ones you like, you know. Hi, Cole.
I'm Die. Thank you forever.
Did your food get in the thing?
Yeah, D&D is canceled tonight, unfortunately.
Oh, that's not good. Sorry to hear that.
Fucking, it's a vicious cycle. If I work 9 hours on a Thursday, it's usually slammed, and then D&D's not canceled. So I have no energy, and my first session comes off half-assed. And then a day like today happens, where it was steady, but I stayed busy the whole day because I was cleaning like a motherfucker. And then immediately before I leave, somebody cancels, and I'm just like...
Oh.
That's how I feel about that, and even murdering these adorable birds.
Yeah, I know.
In front of a live studio audience.
Yeah, I know. Phanex Stadium in battle mode is basically just baby Pokemon, and you just kill them.
My legs hurt. I don't think I'm capable of standing up anymore. Why did I come downstairs?
I don't know. You gotta go back up in order to, you know... Well, I could just help hand this, sir.
Up the stairs.
Stick you in the service elevator. Slide you up there. I got everybody to level 50 on the team, so I'm demonstrating my battle mode grinding technique to get Poke Coupons, so I have all the powerful TMs for the final battle. Wow, that Baltoy actually lived.
Wait, what?
Shit. What?
You're almost at the end of this game already?
Yeah, if I, once I'm done getting everybody to level 53, I'll be ready to take on the final boss combo. There is post-game stuff to do, though, and that'll be like 4 additional streams, but, yeah.
What the fuck? I leave you for 2 streams and you've already beaten the game.
Mm-hmm.
How far are you on Mount Battle?
We got through Area 3 in Mount Battle, so... And I still got 5 more areas to go before I move along, but...
Yeah.
I want to get my fancy TMs first. Yeah, I'm anticipating doing a few runs through Pyrite Colosseum. A few. This Duskull has had enough of Bullfish's shit. Like, I'm sick of your shit, Confuse Ray. That's fine, I can just knock him out with Spark and then Umbreon. Why did I bring Heracross for this? He can't even hit Duskull. Oh. Whatever. Okay, so... Bring us home, Puzzle, so we can leave. Damn it. Well, once we can leave, then we'll go to the final battle, where... Like, probably it'll take about 25 minutes-ish for each run-through of the... of Pyrite Colosseum. So it shouldn't take too long to get everything that I need, but, you know, it's there. It's a little more grinding to add to this game's total grind. I'm anticipating, with all the walking I've done, to get the shadow bars down on everybody, I'll probably add about 8 hours to the game's in-game timer in terms of like how long I've played for, the playtime. So it's about 8 hours of extra just walking in circles, essentially, that I wouldn't have done if I wasn't purifying everything.
Look at Sniper with his shit-eating grin. He just mugged that old man in an alleyway. Ran him for his foams.
Pretty much.
In front of a live studio audience.
Oh my lord. Yeah, brought Heracross for moral support. Yeah, that must have been it. But,
I love how you're just sitting on an Espeon and Umbreon, like a puzzle, like all this adorable shit, and then you just got Flygon and Heracross, just the destroyers of the known universe.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, so we want Umbreon for why not? Let's see. Plusle does good against Clamperl and Mudkip. We want Flygon for Pikachu and Torchic. So, let's see. Plusle doesn't have Protect, though, so that's a little bit of a pain in the ass. How about we do Flygon, Umbreon, and then we bring Plusle, and we bring Espeon, because if I brought Heracross, it would come down to Heracross versus Wynot, and that would not go well. So. Alright, so let's see what we can do. Flygon should be able to run a train against most of these things, though. So. We'll see what she sends out, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, it is the Gym Leader remix from Ruby Sapphire Emerald. I don't know, I kind of would have preferred if they kept the 4 battle themes from the main story mode, honestly. Or, like, maybe do the first 2 with the first battle theme, the second 2 from the Cypher Peon theme, the 5th, 6th, and 7th battles could be the themes from, like, the semi-final battle theme, and then maybe include this Gym Leader remix as the final battle theme, because the other one is only okay. Is this over yet? Are we through this yet? I mean, almost, yeah. This is the last battle in this set, so then we're done. And then we get to check and make sure our Poke Coupons made it over onto story mode. Torchic just bounced after it hit the ground. Holy shit.
Doink.
And then once we're done doing that, we'll call it a day. So a little bit of a longer stream today, but that's okay. We're getting done with the side stuff, and that's the important part. I am ending in about 7 minutes. It's only going to take that long to get to what I need to do.
That's how hungry I am.
Oh, okay.
I'm just chilling here and watching.
No, you're starving. Okay, goodbye. Bye, Cole. That Giga Drain did nothing at all. This is why I said I'm only really going to use Giga Drain when we're fighting against, like, something that's quad weak to it, because that's the only time it'll ever do, like, any decent amount of damage. So. And we'll take care of Trico on the next turn. What else did I bring? Did I bring Plusle? I think I brought Plusle for my other Pokemon here. I guess I'll send out Espeon, because that should take me through the rest. I should be able to take care of Mudkip without too much trouble with Flygon, because Giga Drain will do enough. So. and if it's like dumb and holding a focus band or something, because some of the Pokemon in here do hold focus bands and all those other really meta RNG items. Even if it does, if it's using takedown, it'll just knock itself out. So, like, the focus band can't save you from recoil damage. So, hey, Bendewall, glad to hear you enjoyed everything. Yeah, there's the focus band right there, I think, because it definitely would not have lived on one. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, streaming's fun. I would say it's a worthwhile investment as long as you got a computer that can run things at a halfway decent clip. So I say go for it. You know, give it a shot. One of these days, so. Me and one of the people who keeps all these games alive, talk to you later. Alright, take care, Bendewald. Appreciate you being here. I'll see you on the next one. Like I said, the next one is on Saturday, so. I think I just am gonna go after the Trico, honestly. And then we'll take care of Mudkip next turn, because I got 4 Pokemon left to take care of it, so. Whatever. That works too. You can just knock it out immediately with Psychic, and then we can try to knock it out with Dragon Breath. Because Focus Band has just a flat 10% chance of activating, so it could just have activated again right there. It's not like a Sash where it just doesn't activate after you use it once. So. But that takes care of the Phoenix Stadium double battle set. I might not even do the single battle set depending on how many, how my Poke Coupons will look. I'll let you guys know when I get back next time what I ended up doing. But we will do the double set for Pyrite Colosseum on screen, so. And yeah, so once you've completed the whole set, you can save the Poke Coupons and also save your game in the memory card in slot A. So that's that. And we've cleared that out, so that's good. I think we can exchange them here as well. Let's see. So now I have... Okay, so yes. So it does actually keep the Poke Coupons that I had in story mode, because we had 1, 2, 4. So we had... What was that? Like 6, 7... We had 700, looks like, from over there. And now we've got 1,200 right here. So... But I think if we take this back onto story mode, we can just buy them over there as well. So let me try that real quick. And then we'll go from there. Now my team is still... Yeah, it's still registered here. Okay, I just want to make sure before I quit out of this and, like, do anything else. So if we hit continue now, and we go over here, excuse me, pardon me, we should have the 1,200 right here as well. Oh, but we don't have enough for... Oh, because we don't have enough for any of the prizes right now. Okay, I see. So she won't... Oh, no, I can check on my PDA. I was like, wait a minute, then how do I check? I can check on my PDA. Let's do it right here. Yeah, so there you go. So the Poke Coupons, if you use your story mode team, the Poke Coupons will transfer over to story mode, so you can buy all these TMs and you can teach your Pokemon some fancy moves. So I'll go ahead and do most of those, and we'll finish up my coverage of battle mode by looking at the double set in the Pyrite Colosseum before we continue on with Mount Battle on the next episode of Pokémon Colosseum, the Stream Edition, which will be happening on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And I'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will be on Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Till then, everybody, take care and have a good one.